anthem's been sung, the warm-ups are done, and we're set for Game 8 in the BCFC regular season. Hello, it's Ward Andrews along with Matt Macri as the Valley Huskers take on a surging Langley Rams team in an incredible game, Matt. We are so excited because last time they played it was a defensive struggle, and we'll probably see the same again today.
I think so too. Yeah, it's going to be a great game today. Langley's firing on all cylinders. Huskers are firing all cylinders. Look at that backdrop. Oh my goodness. Couldn't you play football in a more beautiful environment? That is fabulous. This is going to be a big game today.
Both of these offenses very similar. In fact, the Huskers are averaging 30.7 points a game. Rams are averaging 31.3. It's on the defensive side. Well, there's nobody in the BCFC that's really matched what the Rams have done in terms of allowing points. They're allowing a meager 13.8 points a game. There have been 5 instances where they've held their opponent to 10 points or less this season. Huskers have allowed 25.2 points. What the Huskers have shown, though, this defensive unit is very scrappy, very resilient. And in fact, this whole team has shown that because their last game, trailing in Kamloops to the plucky Kamloops Broncos, they put up 28 points in the fourth quarter to the Huskers on the arm of Tyron Duvall and the legs of Jawan Harb, and they end up winning 53-35. So you'd have to think Bob Reist and these Huskers are chomping at the bit for a little redemption after losing the Cascade Cup earlier this year in Langley in a tough game.
Well, you got a solid team in Langley. It shows. The numbers show 13 points per game. Their defense is firing. Their offense is firing because they're scoring points the same as the Huskers are. And the Huskers have put up some big points this year too. So you got two teams here, and it's going to be who makes the least amount of mistakes and who capitalizes on the mistakes that are made. That's what you're going to see this game come down to tonight.
One of the big keys for the Huskers, and Bob Reist mentioned this to me when they first played 4 games ago, they need to keep Tyron Duvall upright. When he's been upright, he's been sensational, and the ball has gone down the field. He's thrown for 13 touchdowns and only thrown 5 interceptions. He's rushed for 93 yards. He's thrown for close to 1,400 yards. So as number 10 goes, the Huskers offense often goes too.
Well, and that's the thing is it's going to be key for Tyron to get the ball out of his hands fast. He doesn't want to be taking those big hits that we've seen him take throughout the course of the year that have knocked him out of games. He's got to get that ball out of his hands fast. If he's going to run, he's got to decide to do it, get down, pick up the yards you need, and get down in a hurry. And they've got a block for him. He is very, very instrumental in this team, and how he goes is how they'll go.
For the Rams, they've got a very good first-year quarterback in Palena Hooper out of Yelm, Washington. More of a game manager than anything. What he's got, though, is a very good running back. Bruce Jones, what a game he had against the West Shore Rebels. 22 carries, 182 yards, and a touchdown. He is a bruising back out of West Vancouver that was an SFU commit until the program went asunder. He loves to not elude tacklers, but to hit them head on. He's a punching power running back, and Huskers have one of those guys too in Jawad Harb.
Well, Harb is one of those guys that just does not give up easily. Keeps the legs churning, runs hard, lowers the pads quickly, and just pushes through holes. So it'll be interesting. The one to watch over, I think, on Langley too is Terrell Jones. If you get him the ball in space, he's hard to stop.
Well, the Huskers will receive the kickoff, running from our broadcast left to right, and the returner will dodge one tackle before he is brought down, but a very good return for the Huskers. Number 2, Colby Johnson out of Abbotsford.
Well, Colby Johnson runs very well, and you see him here. He just manhandles one of the defenders coming in to tackle him and throws him to the ground, picks up a lot more yards. I love the way he gets turned upfield and just powers through for another 10 yards here. He gets the ball, he's coming over to this side here. The defender, he just stiff arms him, turns up the field, and picks up, 15 yards after he turns up the field. Beautiful run by Johnson.
Rams are led defensively by number 10, Isaiah Cooper. He has 49 total tackles and 3.5 sacks, whereas number 10 for them, one of the key cogs in their defense, as the Huskers will start from their 42. And Luke Rodriguez now sets to throw. He's got the man wide open, and he's caught it. It's Dagmora again, driving all the way down, around the defender, to the 5. We've got a touchdown! Huskers! Trickery in the building.
Well, you know what? We've seen it before, and they brought it back again. Luke Rodriguez can do anything. Beautiful snap to Tyron Duval. He just sticks the balls out. Luke rolls around the outside edge, and Dagmore is doing his impression of 7-Eleven. Wide open. Off they go to the races. And Dag's fast. He's shifty. He gets a little bit of a steam on and cuts in, and he's in the end zone. Nice little dance move after the fact.
Dream start for the Huskers, 39 seconds into the football game. First offensive play is Yapin slices that through the end zone. It's a 7-0 lead. Valley Huskers.
That almost went into the parking lot. Yapin's on fire with his foot tonight. There you go, Huskers. That's what they needed, a quick start, and they got one. First play of the game, touchdown.
Your Valley Huskers 7.
So that's 68-yard pass to Dagmora.
You know, it's only fitting on Luke Rodriguez's last game that he comes out here firing. You're gonna hear a lot from him today. Dagmora, off he goes. Great run.
Well, that's often more than the Rams have allowed in a full half of football, and they've allowed that in the first minute. Nice trick play drawn up by Coach Bob Reist.
Yeah, they're pushing the average tonight, that's for sure. They're already halfway through.
And we'll see how this very strong Rams team has responded. 6 wins, 2 losses on the season. Only 2 losses have come against the Okanagan Sun. There's another trick play again. The Huskers recover.
I think the Huskers got that ball in there. I think the Huskers, oh, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. The Rams got it. It looked like the Huskers got that ball back. Number 19 was able to hold on to it. It was
Sean Sandu.
Sean Sandu was able to hold on to that ball.
Good, very good hands for a linebacker, Matt.
Yeah, very good hands for a linebacker. Well, he dropped on it, and it kind of squeaked up underneath him. And the Huskers were able to get down there, but he scooped it back up nice and quick.
So the Rams of Helena Hooper will start at their own 35-yard line. Valley Huskers are led by John Banal, who is in his one and only season in the BCFC. 47 tackles, a sack, and an interception, along with the BCFC record for fumble recovery for a touchdown. In the I formation, the Rams dropped from behind as a run up the middle by Jaden Sack, and he is stopped for no gain.
Well, that's one of the Hogan brothers there, Tyson, getting into the backfield and messing things up. They both the brothers come firing in there all the time, but there Tyson made a huge play on this. Gets off his blocks, through the pack, and ties him up in the backfield. This is the kind of momentum the Huskers wanted to start this game.
Helena Hooper sets back, checks to the right, looks over the left now, drops back again, lots of time, throws that over the middle, I think, for momentum. Will give a first down to the Langley Rams, Terrell Jones, a name you mentioned a few moments ago.
I think it's going to be just short. It's going to be third down here and inches. But this is what Terrell Jones brings to the game. Covered here, guy right on his back, brings the ball in, makes the catch.
Looks like short yardage, or are they going to punt?
It's early in the game. They don't want to give the ball off to the Huskers right here, but it looks like, yeah, they're going to punt. Watch for a little trickery of their own, though. Langley's a solid team.
Andrew Lawson set back to punt and set delay of game.
Someone called a timeout. They pointed towards Langley. Oh, and maybe the Huskers called a timeout because they're short a guy on the field.
A very important guy, the guy that's returning the kick.
There's no returner on the field. Well, that warrants using a timeout.
Well, it's Luke Rodriguez. He gets a pass because of his pass for a touchdown. So
he's still celebrating that touchdown pass to open the game.
So now their lineup again. It is third and about half a yard for these Langley Rams. Refs have done the counts. Lawson set to kick. Back to Rodriguez, who is set at his own 27-yard line to receive this. Lawson sends a nice high spiral into the waiting arms of Rodriguez. Slips around one defender, couldn't beat the second, taken down at the 47-yard line, so return of about 8 on the play.
Yeah, good return by Rodriguez. Good 10, 12-yard. Would you say 8?
I'd say about 8 yards, yeah.
8 yards, yeah. Good return by Rodriguez. Catches it in stride, runs it forward. Doesn't get anything. Doesn't try and be too fancy. Just maintain possession of the ball and drive forward. Okay, what have they got? Any trick plays up here for down number 2 on the offense?
Well, I think maybe you start getting Jawad Harb integrated into the offense. And speak of the devil, Jawad Harb powers his way ahead for a gain of about 5.
Yeah, Harb does a really good job there. Gets the outside edge and just lowers the shoulders, powers through. Here we go, hits the pile nicely, drives those legs and pushes forward.
Number 11 for a pickup of 5.
He's second in about 5.5 yards here.
Yeah, just shy. Big rush from the Langley Rams now, and scrambling still, and a good play by the veteran quarterback, Tyron Duvall. He just throws that away out of harm's way, and that'll bring up third down, and you would think a punting situation.
It makes sense. You see that Duvall got swallowed up in the pile there, and he's able to dig his way back out of it and roll out and throw the ball out of bounds, get rid of it, no damage. Good defensive play by the Rams here. They're going to be on the lookout. They got caught off guard on that first one, so you're going to see them be playing a lot tighter going forward.
Yapin with a nice high kick headed towards the Huskers end of the bench and goes out of play before anyone could return it. So a frenetic start to this one, and then it's kind of settled into that defensive stalemate that we were expecting early on in this game.
Well, I think this is going to be one of those games of field position, and right now the Huskers are winning it. I mean, they got the ball back at their 45. They're giving it up at the 35 or the 32 here. You know, we just want to keep moving them backwards.
There's the give, and running play will pick up 3, maybe 4 yards.
And I like the way I think it was number 26 there. Is that Bruce Jones? Yeah. Or 28? Bruce Jones?
That's Jaden Sack.
Jaden Sack. Where the way he turns his back and starts driving backwards to pick up a couple extra yards there. Really good job to keep the ball moving forward. Here he is. Here he gets behind his defenders, and there he turns around there, and he just keeps pushing, picks up about 2 more yards.
Played for the Edmonton Wildcats in the Prairie Junior Football League before coming to Langley. So Huskers a 3-man front. Palena Hooper uses his legs and then slides down before he's given a bit of a body check more than a tackle.
Well, and he's looking for, he gave himself up there, but he didn't give himself up because being tackled as he slid down. So here he runs forward, and he just, yeah.
Number 3, Palena Hooper runs for a pickup of 5. Tackle by number 30.
They're going to be short of the first down, so they're going to kick again here. And this is what you want to do if you're the Huskers, is keep them back there, make them kick, and keep moving yourself further up the field until at one point you just capitalize on a turnover or a mistake.
Rams have come close both drives. They've got to 9.5 yards their first drive and 8 yards the second drive, but just couldn't quite get that first down. As a high punt, and that one fielded again by Rodriguez at the 35-yard line, and stepping around a couple of tackles, gets it just over center. A little scrum ensues, but no harm, no foul. Huskers with good field position to kick off this third drive of the first quarter.
Well, you watch here, Rodriguez takes off. He gets around this last guy. He comes in, and he's going to come back out to his right here. He gets around 35 there, and he's going to be gone. But 35 kind of pushes him down after the fact, and then gets pushed down himself for his effort. So here now they're starting at the 54-yard line of the Rams. The last time they were down by their own 45.
It's the veteran Dylan Lepke in his final regular season home game at center with the handoff. Jawad Harb takes it, spins off a tackle, and then he will be dropped for maybe a loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, he got knocked back on that one. He was able to get out of that first contact. That would have lost him about 3. But he spins off here, turns up, gets up a bit about 4, and gets it back to just a yard short of the line of scrimmage.
Well, as we mentioned, this Rams defense, very, very good.
They're coming in hot and fast here, and they're really not giving them a lot of time behind the line of scrimmage.
Scrambling again, and Tyron Duvall will throw that away. And the punting unit will come back out again after a tough go there on that set of downs. So the Huskers lost 1 yard.
Well, he was trying to get it out to Harb on the check down there, but just he had to scurry so much that he couldn't get himself planted and get it on a good angle to Harb.
Well, you look at some of the players on defense, Gino, Zhao, Cullen. They're missing Dean Murins, who's an exceptional defender and kick returner tonight, too, are the Langley Rams. It's a nice high kick. Is played by the Rams, and they'll make their way back up to the 30-yard line, it looks like. Or are they going to mark it down to the 35?
Nope, 30.
Oh.
This would be a 30-yard line.
Correction.
32. Yep, just shy of the 32. So they're moving the ball back. The Rams are starting a little bit further back each time.
War of attrition between these two good defensive teams. Hooper with the handoff, sack again. We've yet to see Bruce Jones do much in this game, and I believe Ellie got hurt a week or 2 ago. They were the top 2 backs for them.
It's Jonas Siciliano that gets off his block and is able to grab him in the backfield and take him down hard. Very fast.
Now, Sack coming in had 61 rushes, 283 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He's their 3rd back. Plano Hooper rolls left, waits, and he is dropped! And the Huskers pick up a sack.
Andy Ofosuheni came in like a heat-seeking missile. They had their whole line rolling to the left. Andy sees it, sees the gap in the line, and comes flying downhill. And I'm not even sure that the Rams quarterback saw him until he was being hit. Andy Ofosuheni, you give him that gap, he is going to exploit it every time.
Covered him like a safety emergency blanket there. And that's when he saw him, when he was on top of him.
Yeah.
So after a big loss of 14. Luke Rodriguez again, shifting and juking, and then spun around like a yo-yo. And he stopped at the 49-yard line.
Well, Isaiah Cooper was able to get a hold of it and swing him down to the ground. But then another flag came out on the end here, so I think there's going to be 2. There was no yards for sure. And I don't know if there's going to be another penalty at the end here. There you go. Rodriguez makes the play. Said no yards. You can give him 5 yards. Steps around him. Steps around the other defender. And he's about to step outside and take off, but gets him and throws him to the ground.
Well, he picked up 10 yards on the initial return to begin with without any penalties.
Yeah.
And that was with the defender in his hip pocket as soon as he caught the ball.
So they're up to the 51 yards. They keep moving up every time this gets kicked about 4 or 5 yards. So they're up to the 51 yard here. And then this penalty is going to affect it one way or the other. So it's going backwards.
So I was going to say illegal block.
Illegal block, so.
Yeah, so it was no yards, but then the illegal block. And that's why they did the little penalty dance there, and the Huskers will start it out at the 53-yard line of the Rams. Still not too bad.
Best field position of the night so far.
It is by 1 yard from their last time. Rams have done a good job of getting lots of pressure, though, on Tyron Duvall. 3 receivers set over to the far side, and it's thrown and caught.
Quick catch.
And the Huskers' Peyton Lake will get that. And so the first completion for Tyron Duvall.
And this is what they got to do with Tyron Duvall here, because this defense is coming so fast. Quick throws. They're not going to have the time to get the receivers deep down the field, so have guys underneath so Tyron can get that ball out of his hands fast. 5 yards out of shot, you're marching the field.
Duvall doesn't wait, throws it. Well, that one caught on a nice play by the Huskers. Peyton Lake again, so back-to-back receptions for Mr. Peyton Lake out of the Vinci Massey Trojans high school program.
Peyton Lake gets it, and he knows he has to make that first down marker, so he fights himself around to the outside and gets himself up the field, and as soon as he's got the first down, he just gets ridden out of bounds.
So 14 yards so far on the first drive, and a little sweep around for Luke Rodriguez, and the nifty veteran receiver turned running back on that play will pick up 4, maybe 5 yards.
Well, you like the little flip here to cool hand Luke, and off he goes, and he does the best thing he can is he just runs. He doesn't stutter step. He's not looking for holes. He's not looking for cutbacks. He runs to the outside, gets behind his blockers, and pushes it up the field.
Now 2nd and 5 now for the Valley Huskers. Approaching the 30-yard mark of the Langley Rams. Duvall straight over the middle and a little too quick for the intended target.
Well, I think he was just a bit off target there. Peyton Lake turned and it went right past him. Just a second too late there. And I think we're going to see him go for it here. They're deep enough that they can give it a shot.
Huskers will make one quick personnel change, and the sure hands of Stephen Koniak will make their way onto the field, number 13. Part of the 3-receiver set to the near side in motion. And they'll look right over the middle. They find their man. That's enough for a first down. And it's Peyton Lake again.
Peyton Lake. And that's what they got to keep doing here. Move the ball, keep that defense out on the field, tire them down. 5 minutes left in the quarter here. And the Huskers have played most of the game down in the Rams' end.
Peyton Lake now with 31 receptions on the season. Huskers with the ball at the 24-yard line inside Langley Rams territory. They show a 4-man front. Laundry flies before the play could get off.
Procedure call on the Huskers.
So that is one way to stunt momentum a little bit.
Yeah, they're making it difficult on themselves here. But, those are going to happen. You want to get as few as possible, and you don't want to give up the ball. Don't let them capitalize on those mistakes.
1st and 15 from the 29. Duvall flanked by Harb to his right, 3 receivers to the near side now, 2 to the far side. Right over the middle finds, I believe, Jawad Harb.
Great little pass there. Great little screenplay. Harb jumped through the defenders, got himself open. The Rams are doing a good job. I've noticed this here. They grab the back of the jersey right away, like at the bottom. Get a hold of the bottom of that jersey and don't let go. And they just can't run away with you when you're holding on like that. That's really smart.
Pick up about 3 on that passing play over the middle. This will be the 7th play of the drive for the Valley Huskers. Duvall rolling left. Throws it into a crowd. He finds his man. Threaded the needle. Oh my goodness. And the Huskers now in the red zone off of a great pitch and catch with Stephen Koniak.
Yeah. Stephen Koniak. That was fabulous. He's rolling that way. He's looking at the down guy. Nobody commits to them, but they double team Koniak underneath. And Koniak's able to come up with it. It's a 1st and goal from about the 6-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, inside the 6, about 5.5 to go for the Huskers now. Up 7-0, 4 minutes remaining, first quarter. Huskers with the sweep round. Is that Mason Massey? Hard to see in the dim of the lights here. Peyton Lake.
Peyton Lake. They flip it to Peyton Lake there. It doesn't look like he picked up too much, if anything, on that play. Maybe a half a yard.
Yeah, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, gets tackled right away. Once again, they got the bottom of that jersey, and they're not letting him get away. They're getting a hold of that. Smart play. He's even got a little handle taped up for them.
Big pressure from the Rams, thrown over the middle, intercepted. Number 23 for the Langley Rams, Keyshawn Bestwick, the defensive back, with the INT.
Well, that was a great interception, but a poor decision afterwards. He ran it out to the 2-yard line. You take a knee. You intercept in the end zone, you take a knee. You get the ball on the 25, let your offense get started. Here he's put him right on the 2-yard line.
Well, it's the first interception of the year for Mr. Bestwick. A big one because it stops the Huskers from scoring, but as you mentioned, the decision afterwards is something I'm sure the coaches will use in the film room.
Yeah, definitely. You catch it in the end zone, you take a knee, drop to the ground.
We'll see if the Huskers now will put the squeeze on Palena Hooper and the Rams deep inside their own territory. Jaden Sack, and he is taken down again. He's had very little traction in the backfield in this first quarter.
He picked up maybe a foot on that play there. Comes off to the outside, and it's big number 54 is waiting for him around the corner there. Jackson Saunders, one of the graduating players this year.
Okay, Huskers fans, let's help that defense out. I need to hear you.
Yeah, it looks like they got 1 yard on that play, so that'll be 2nd and 9. We'll see if Coach McCarthy goes to the air for the Rams, and Palena Hooper drops back. Looks, he's got nothing. Looks again over the middle, finds some sure hands there. And that one caught by number 7, Kai Ronsley, their second leading receiver. That's a huge first down for the Rams.
Well, great play here by Kai Ronsley to keep running. Comes across the middle. Hooper's got nowhere to go. He sees him coming across the middle. A little bit of separation, enough to throw him the ball. And a beautiful catch to get him out of the shadows of the uprights.
18th reception for Ronsley this season. Palena Hooper checks right, looks over the middle, and that one tipped at the line.
Oh, Jackson Saunders wanted that. It was just out of the reach of his hands. The tip ball falling to the ground right in front of his face. Here you go. Yeah, he drops back to the throw. And who gets the big hand up here? Oh, I'm not sure. Couldn't pick it up. I think it was Jonah Siciliano and
The Undertaker, as I found out tonight.
Jackson Saunders wanted that tip.
So Hooper 1 for 2 so far in this football game. Drops back again. Now he'll feel the heat. Steps around one, steps around a second, still rolling. Over to the right, he's got the man wide open, and it's caught. What a great play by the Langley Rams, as Hooper used his legs to evade the pressure.
It was Ronsley one more time getting in there and making a phenomenal catch.
Is that Ronsley or Tedeschi?
17.
17 Tedeschi.
Sorry about that. Tedeschi. 7 is Ronsley. But here Hooper gets to the outside, airs the ball down the field, and he comes back for it. Defender on his back, and he's able to bring it in before he's thrown out of bounds.
20 receptions for Tedeschi on the year. A big one there. Rams avoid the quarterback pressure. Thrown out on a quick little post play, and that one caught by number 2, Terrell Jones, the veteran.
Yeah, Terrell Jones here, smart play, gets his body in front of the ball, brings it in nice and clean.
This will be the 6th play of this drive. In the first 5, they've gone for 50 yards, have the Rams. Out from the shadow of their own goalposts.
From the 2-yard line, it's a good drive for the Rams.
Hooper, play action to Sack, pressure from the Huskers, throws it right over the middle, and that one's snared neatly by Kai Ronsley. The lanky receiver will get that down to the 32-yard line.
Well, Ronsley, Hooper drops back here, and he's got all the time in the world, and he sees Ronsley coming across. Once again, just enough separation that he can get that catch in stride and make a big play.
Quarterback keep for Hooper. You'll say he may regret that in a while, as he was left with no blockers, out alone, elected not to slide. Avoided the first tackle very neatly, but then was wrapped up the second time.
But Junior Manaka comes in there, breaks down, and goes to lay a tackle on him, and he just runs through him. Here he comes to the outside and just hammers him, runs through him. And it's Andy Ofusuheni who's able to stick with him and bring him down just short of a first down. Are they going to measure here? I think they're measuring.
So Rams have put together a very nice drive. This one down to about the 22-yard line. Remember, it started at their own 2-yard line after the interception. This will be the last play of the first quarter, I believe, barring any more penalties. As we await Caesar's thumb up or thumbs down.
Well, number 3 just sat down. That Hooper is their quarterback, and they've got the trainer out there looking at his ankle. I don't know, maybe
it might be short, maybe the nose of a football, but yeah, that's not good news. You do not want Paleno Hooper down if you're the Langley Rams, because as valuable as Duvall has been to the Huskers, Paleno Hooper has been on another planet compared to the other 2 gentlemen that have come in to play quarterback for the Langley Rams this year, and that includes a former member of the Okanagan Sun and Hunter Norman, who's their 3rd stringer.
And Hooper's hobbling off the field, and I think it's number 4 is coming to replace him.
So we saw Jacob Davies a couple of games ago do the same thing, a massive run, didn't slide, unfortunately. He's out for a while now, and this would be one of the worst injuries for the Rams as they are trying to lock up second place.
Yeah, huge.
West Shore Rebels are in action tonight, playing as we speak against the Okanagan Sun. So that's going to be another great game. Last time the Sun won 33-30, coming back from behind in that game down in Victoria. So Hunter Norman with the handoff, sack, steps around, 1 tackle, still on his feet, driven down, but the biggest run of the night for Jaden Sack, the former Wildcat.
Oh, this is huge for the Rams, because they've marched from their 2-yard line. They've killed out the first quarter here, and now it's I guess it's going to be
the end of the first quarter.
End of the first quarter, and they've killed it out, marching the length of the field from their 2 to the Huskers 5.
So what I'm seeing so far, I've done a couple of other Rams games. Bruce Jones, who is their legendary running back, was their, I think, the BCFC Rookie of the Year last year. He's not playing tonight. Reggie Ellie, who was part of the 2-headed monster they had at running back, had 5 touchdowns. He's not playing tonight. So it's Jaden Sack, who is the 3rd running back. He's their Grady Andrea, who's a great player for us, but it would be a lot to throw on Grady Andrea's shoulders in a game like this to come in. That's what Jaden Sack is doing for them. And now their starting quarterback, who's been very efficient, very good with his legs and his arm, is on the sideline being tended to. And the backup for the Okanagan Sun from a few years ago, Hunter Norman, behind center for the Rams. And that's the game story after 1 quarter.
Well, and you know, the fight in the Rams here is they're not giving up. They're backup quarterback, their 3rd string running back, and they're still fighting and pushing towards the end zone here.
Norman now lines up in the gun, throws it wide open target. Great tackle. As number 9, Isaiah Edwards, I believe it was, picks up the reception, and a beautiful tackle there.
Well, Junior Manaka got run over on that last try with Hooper there, but here he makes sure he takes the feet out from underneath this guy, bring him to the ground. Beautiful job by Junior.
10th play of this drive for the Langley Rams. Inside Huskers red zone. Norman handoff to Jaden Sack. He's driven back. And the
Sack is driven back.
Langley Rams may have to look to Marcus Jones and see if he can punch this through for 3 points.
Well, Norman's signaling to the sideline, but nope, I think they're going to go for it here. 3rd and goal from about the 5-yard line, just shy of the 5-yard line.
Big test here for the Huskers defense. They'll line with a 4-man front. 1 receiver near side, 3 receivers far side, 2 backs looking to protect the quarterback. Norman throws it way into the end zone, and that is a turnover on downs. And a good stand by the Huskers defense.
Well, and worst case scenario, throwing it away in the end zone, turned into best case scenario, stopping them on their own on your 5. They marched the length of that field. Your defense or your offense got a good rest, and they're going to come out here and now they got to work the ball up 105 yards up the field to the other end zone.
So that drive was 10 plays and 103 yards, and they came away with no points.
Yeah,
it's got to be very frustrating for the Rams coaching staff, much like Huskers coaching staff was probably very frustrated with the interception as they were looking to score. Handoff right up the middle. Jawad Harb powers ahead for a gain of 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think he might even got a full 4 on that one. Not bad. Good job by Harb here just to push forward.
Run by number 11, Jawad Harb. 2nd down and 6.
Gets it, runs in traffic well, runs between the tackles, runs outside well. Doesn't go down easy. That's the best thing you can say about Jawad Harb.
I think the Huskers really want to get that first down, little breathing room. Well, he wants more than that. The ball airs it out. We got some very speedy receivers in Stephen Koniak, but couldn't quite pour on that jet fuel to pick that up.
Well, I think he saw Koniak getting the break out the middle of those 2 defenders there and got a little bit too eager because here he just puts a little bit too much under it. Koniak's gone. He's got both his guys beat, but just couldn't catch up to that ball.
Still a 7-0 lead for the hosts. 12 and a half minutes to go in the first half.
Well, and Yapian's punting out of his own end zone. This is not the place you want to be.
They'll boom it high. Swords, we'll see what kind of bounce it takes. Husker trying to get out of the way for no yards. It's going to be no yards anyway.
Yeah.
But they'll drop him down at the 25. That'll put the ball up to about the 20-yard line. And once again, good field position for the Langley Rams.
Yeah, and this is the field position game I was talking about earlier. The Rams are okay with giving up the ball on the 5 because now they get it back on the 25 and they can pin the Huskers down here and try and get some points on the board.
Well, the scoreboard says it's a defensive struggle, but we've seen the offenses really come to life in this game, just left unsatisfied at the end of drives.
Yeah, I mean the first play of the game they put up 7, and since then it's been a lot of good plays that just haven't gone anywhere.
Norman with the handoff,
and the ball popped out.
Ball popped out, and is it Husker ball?
Huskers are pointing the other way. That's a huge turnover. Huskers got the ball. And Yofu Suheni sitting there with the ball in his hands. So they're going to have a little conversation here, but I don't think you could call that anything else but a fumble. Sack hit the line and the ball popped out. I think it was Sack running the ball there. And the ball pumped loose.
Oh, well, here we go with the replay, Matt. Couldn't really read the numbers. It's almost like it was folded up top.
Jonah knocked it out as he hit him there. Looks like one of the Hogan brothers in there, and that ball popped loose. That should be the Huskers' ball. I mean, we're lucky enough to have the replay here.
Oh, they're going to say no, it's 2nd down.
Yeah, it's a hard call. It's a hard call when you're down there to see because he was close to being down. We've got the replay. They don't. So give him the benefit of the doubt.
So chance of defense from the stands. The sports night here in Chilliwack as the Chiefs also playing right across the street. Norman drops back, looks over to the right, and was that Braden Maston going in for the interception and ran into his own teammate, I believe.
It looks like it. He looks like he clipped. No, that's not Maston. It's a 31. Who's 31? Aiden Harker. It looks like he jumped through the air there and clipped his own guy's helmet with his knee.
That'll hurt.
Yeah. Well, you know what? These pants are made to have knee pads in them, and they like to pull them up above the knee. You know, I don't know what the fashion statement there is, but, and that leaves your knee exposed, and smacking your knee against a helmet hurts.
Well, this will be a 25-yard kick attempt for Marcus Jones. His longest is 37. 3 of 4 on the year. Make that 4 of 5.
That's good. That's good. So that puts 3 on the board for the Rams.
So it's a 7-3 game. It's been an entertaining game, Matt, with just under 11 minutes to go in the second quarter.
This game's been moving fast, too. They've been back and forth. Good action. Really keeping you on the edge of your seat here.
Scorch hiding with a prize.
So the Huskers will get set to receive this kickoff.
You will win a prize.
And with how the Rams were deep in their Husker zone 2 times in a row, you only give up 3 points total. I think you'll take that more times than not.
Goes on with a souvenir. Thanks again, Scorch.
So just checking, there was one game earlier, and the Vancouver Island Raiders beat the Broncos 24-14. Second win of the year for the Raiders. First year.
Are the Broncos
The Raiders, Broncos, and the Kodiaks all had one win coming into the season. 3-way tie, and they all play each other a number of times in the final 2 to 3 games. Scribble kick, that one fielded by Tyson George Kelly. And the former wide receiver turned defensive back will return that up to the 39-yard line. Decent field position for the Huskers to get underway in this, their 6th offensive drive.
Tyson George Kelly fields this. It kind of bounces in front of, do a little squib kick. It bounces up into his chest, but he's able to stay on top of it. Some basketball skills there. And pick it up and just get the ball, move it forward.
Well, that's a luxury they have on special teams to have a guy like Tyson George Kelly, good at tackling, but also has very good hands to receive the ball. There's the give, Jawad Harb. He will slide over to his left slightly, looking for a tackle to open up a hole. Nothing presented itself, so he just plowed ahead for a gain of 3.
I like this Rams defensive line, and the linebackers are collapsing on the line so quickly when they see that it's a handoff and not giving any room up the middle. Harb's got to jump outside here. So you see here that they get all these bodies downhill, cutting off that outside edge. Oh.
And Duvall, maybe going back to his baseball roots, threw that one on a short hopper. And
yeah, he had Peyton Lake coming across pretty much untouched, and he just put it right into his feet. Once again, trying to get that ball out of his hands fast, because that Langley defense is coming in at him hard.
Yapin, nice high kick, fielded at the 40-yard line. Gob dang.
Oh yeah.
And that's going to be an illegal block, and it's coming back. And you do not want Mr. Dang to get going, because in the game against the West Shore Rebels, Dang did return the opening kickoff for 104 yards to the end zone. He's got electric speed, played for the University of Calgary for a couple of years, and was a Canada West All-Star.
And we see the illegal block here. You know, you got a bit of a hold there,
right
but not
there.
much. And then there's that illegal block, and he makes a good run after the block. He picked up about 10 yards, so that's going to go back to that spot there, and then back even further.
So both teams have had one long drive, and by long I mean 7 or more plays.
Yeah.
That's it. Every other time it's been 2 and out for both teams.
So they're calling this a blindside block too. It went back 15 yards instead of just the 10. So it's oh no, that was only 10. That's right. I can't count. Mathing is hard.
So 35-yard line is where Hunter Norman and company set up. Hand off to the big running back. And Jaden Sack will pick up 3 or 4 on that play.
Just like the Rams defensive line, the Huskers defensive line's not giving any space. Siciliano's just manhandling his guy into the backfield. And he pushed his blocker back past the running back and had to turn around and go after him.
And as that Sack down, or no, number 20
No, that was sacked. That's 26 there. I think he's just got to fix his jersey.
You're right, but they can ill afford.
Well, Reggie Alley just came out, so I don't know if Alley.
Also, they may be trying to ease Ellie back from injury.
Yeah.
Lessen his workload to get Sack going early.
Yeah.
But they may need to call on Ellie a bit more, and if he is going to play, Huskers will see a running back that's rushed for 54 times, 381 yards, and 5 touchdowns this year.
Nice.
Behind Jones, who's rushed for over 800 yards.
Well, I think you got number 2, Terrell Jones. He's one of the top receivers out there. But the guy can run the ball too. He's a big guy, big broad shoulders, knows how to get low under the pads and drive. So I think the Rams, they know they've got a couple of cards in their pocket.
Well, Terrell Jones, when he played at Lord Tweedsmuir, played with his brother who also played at the Rams too.
Yep.
He would alternate between receiver and quarterback.
Yes.
He was a quarterback in his last year of being a quarterback, he was also their top defensive back because he was the hardest hitter.
Wow.
Very, very talented.
Trey Jones won a championship with the Rams. Just a very, very talented football player. I think he's playing University of Saskatchewan now. I think that's where he's been off to. Great football player, but they're 2 years between them. So they would play, or a year between them.
And I believe their dad had a little bit of pro football experience.
Played in the CFL, Kirk Jones. Is coach for the Rams. He coached in a lot of different places in the Lower Mainland. Big football guy, friends with Corey Philpott.
So he's got the genetics, is what you're trying to say.
Oh, he does, and he's been doing this since he was little. Like I remember coaching flag football against the Jones brothers, and they were athletic back then when they were 6-7 years old.
How do you game plan for that?
You just got to play him tight. Keep Braden Maston on him.
Ball the 35-yard line. Norman, as flags fly, and was that procedure against the Rams?
I don't know if it's procedure, probably an offside, but it looks like the way the Rams are waving it off, they think that maybe a Husker was offside.
Well, it's kind of delayed. I thought the Rams jumped the gun first. I could be wrong. We'll see in the replay here. We see guys in motion, ball still not snapped. They're over the line, and then the ball was snapped.
Yeah, that's going backwards.
My eyesight's getting bad, but I could even see that.
That's going back 5. I think all 3 of the receivers were offside on that call, on that play.
And I think that also comes with, you've got the backup quarterback now, hasn't taken those first team reps.
Yeah.
The synchronicity isn't there with the receivers and the offensive line.
Yeah.
So clock continuing to tick here as we approach 9 minutes to go in the first half. 7-3 lead for the Valley Huskers, who scored on their very first play. A 68-yard touchdown pass from Luke Rodriguez to Dag Mora. That's the third time they've combined the 2 receivers. And there's Ellie plowing his way ahead.
Not going to have enough for a first down there, but he does pick up a huge chunk, that's for sure. Picked up about 11 yards on that run. And Superman's the last 3 of them here. He hits the hole, goes flying through, and then there's a body in front of him, so he dives for about 3 more yards.
So nice run for Ellie to start. Another Lord Tweedsmuir product. And they were both former SFU commits, and then when the program died, Rams were lucky enough to pick him up. As Luke Rodriguez will pick that one up and shift his way over to the right side. Waits for a block and he gets one. Luke Rodriguez all the way down inside the Langley Rams half.
Yeah, what a run by Luke Rodriguez. It's his last home game and he's giving the fans a show tonight. Throws for a touchdown, runs a huge one back here. Beautiful job. There's the kick. Cool hand, Luke sees it in. And he starts coming forward, but then he cuts to the outside. He's got the whole defense coming at him, but he cuts to the outside and gets them off balance and turned up the field before he's finally pushed out of bounds. It was number 20 there, Isaiah Cooper, who was able to finally run him out of bounds.
And Duvall will throw that wide left out of the reach of Dag Mora, who dove to get it as he came back.
Yeah, he had to come back for the ball on this one here. Thrown a bit short. Moore comes back right through his hands. He's going to be cursed, and he wants that one back.
It's been tough sledding for a lot of these receivers. Defensive backs so good on both sides. Duvall steps back, surveys the land, throws a bullet over the middle to Luke Rodriguez, and he'll pick it up and cool hand Luke with a big first down for the Huskers.
Well, yeah, look at the velocity that Tyron Duvall had on that ball. Luke Rodriguez catches it and steps back 2 steps here. Here you go. Here comes Tyron Duvall. He's getting the line's collapsing. He steps up. He sees Rodriguez, hits Rodriguez. Rodriguez gets knocked back 2 steps there before he takes off to pick up another 5.
There's a give now. Jawad Harb sidesteps one tackle. Jawad Harb plows ahead, and he'll pick up a nice chunk of yardage to start the first down for the Valley Huskers.
Well, the Huskers offense is doing what it needs to do, and that's hammering on that Rams defensive line every play, and keeping them on the field, keeping them tired, getting them gassed, and keep throwing bodies at them. And now they're starting to bend.
Jawad Harb, the former Oak Park Raider out of Winnipeg. That one batted down. Oh my goodness. Dikembe Mutombo move over. Number 13. That is Ethan Gino with the knockdown.
Gino here. The name's so cool they got it twice. It jumps up here and does a great job of knocking that ball down. Tyron wanted to get that ball out of his hands fast, get it to his receiver, and no such luck. And they're going to go for it here with 3rd and about 4.
Right over the middle, nice play, and sure hands waiting there. Peyton Lake with the reception and a big first down for the Huskers.
I like Tyron Duvall there. I bet you can't do it twice. Pretty much the exact same play. Nobody jumping in front of it this time, and it's completed for 1st and goal.
So 4 passing attempts and 1 rushing attempt on this drive, which is moving into its 6th play here. As the ball at the 14-yard line. Duvall throws that wide, and the receiver stretched out but couldn't quite loop that in.
Well, Payne Lake's got to come back for this ball here, and the ball's just there a second too soon because he turns to come back and the ball's already there, and he has to lay out for it, and it just through his hands. He's hit Peyton Lake on some great balls tonight, but a couple of them, the timing's just been a little bit off, and they get that down pat. Wow, that could be deadly.
Usually around this area is where it's Jawad Harb time. He's got 10 touchdowns on the ground this year. He'll move out those. Duvall sends it wide, looking for his man, Colby Johnson, and knocked down at the very last second. Or pardon me, was that Dag? No, that was Colby Johnson.
That's Colby Johnson, number 2. And I don't like that there's not a call here. The defender, and I want to take a look at the replay here. The ball's up in the air. The defender doesn't really turn his head around. He's just fighting with Johnson, and then he comes over with that big hammer over the top, knocks it away. Maybe there wasn't a penalty. Live, it looked like there should have been one.
Live, it looked like there are Bears that would have given a paw up for great mauling.
Yeah.
When you see the replay, maybe you can see why referees called it as they did.
And they're closer. They probably got better eyesight than me. Oh.
Great idea. Execution a little bit off there.
And I like the idea. But the other thing here is you're giving the ball up on the 7-yard line. This is not the bad idea to try and get this here because they got that sneak touchdown earlier. Get another one here, and it's I think it's Halsey there that was the intended target, which is just a great idea on its own. I love throwing to Halsey. But now the Rams are going to start on about the 7-yard line. What's that?
Oh, I'm just saying, big 6.
Yeah.
There we go, Huskers, the line 3 up front. Rams have a 3-receiver set near side. 1 in the backfield to give to Ellie. Steps around 1. Ooh, he's still on his feet. And then taken down, a very nice run there for Reggie Ellie.
Reggie Ellie here does a really good job of just beating tacklers, and finding space to step into. Here he comes off to his left, steps out of a tackle there, fights his way through. It takes 3 of them to take him down. Finally, just short of a first down.
Ellie and Bruce Jones both are those compact power backs. They have some elusiveness, but they're also very hard to take down. Well, that time he was taken down. A nice solo tackle for the Huskers. Is that Ovusaheni?
Ovusaheni, yeah. Not before he gets a first down, though. Ellie comes, he steps to the outside, gets that first down, tries to fight his way forward. Beautiful job by Ovusaheni to wrap up those legs and not let him run too far.
Under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Huskers holding on to a 7-3 lead. Rams have the ball just past the 20-yard mark inside their own zone. Hunter Norman, the backup quarterbacks come in, hand off to Ellie, powers his way ahead, picks up a nice gain of about 7, maybe 8 on the play. Third straight give to the Rams running back. And you can see his tackling by committee when Reggie Ellie's got the ball.
You got to get those, Ovusaheni had the right idea. He got his arms around his knees. Can't run if your knees are knocking, right? And here, if you're going to tackle him up high, you better bring some friends.
It'll be 2 for Hunter Norman to help him block in terms of running backs, and they'll give again Reggie Ellie, 4th straight give. Flag does fly, though. Could be an illegal block.
I think it's going to be a hold. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a hold. Oh, there's going to be another one late, too.
So the game, we really haven't seen a lot of laundry. It's been free-flowing in terms of letting them play.
Yeah, so I think here you're going to have a hold here on the outside. You can see him lifting the shirt up there. And then there's a tackle there. I'm not sure what the other one was.
Well, it was over a little bit closer to where you can't see just off camera.
Yeah.
Could be unsportsmanlike, maybe?
Possibly. They're moving back a long way, so let's see what the ref has to say.
Okay, put it back. More than 20 yards.
So you called the hold, Matt.
Yeah. Wow. They're back to where they started the drive from.
Something nasty was said or done. In my day, my mother would have ran out with a bar of soap for the mouth.
Yeah.
Well, there's the tackle there, and there's nothing there. And it's off screen here. We can't see what happened. But you can see one guy in the very bottom corner here laying on the ground, John Banal. So I'm not sure what happened after the fact, but there was the 10 for the hold and then another 15 for the unnecessary roughness.
If you're going to commit an egregious foul, you might as well do it on the best defender for the Valley Huskers.
Exactly. 25-yard penalty. You can only imagine what's going through the Langley Rams head coach's head right now.
Hand off, and Reggie Ellie will plow ahead, and Huskers will gladly give him that nice pickup.
Yeah. Well, that was second down, too, so they're coming out here on third down, and they're going to have to bring the kicking unit out here. You hand off to Ellie, and he's just trying to get off outside.
And with how well Luke Rodriguez has been returning these kicks, this could be very exciting, Matt. He's waiting right now at about the 52-yard line. You know, he'd love nothing better to get in the end zone himself. I'm sure he's got some family or friends in attendance from the friendly province
of Manitoba.
They will
concede the safety.
They will. Look at him, and he looks at Luke Rodriguez looks to the stands and shrugs his shoulders like, "Come on, man."
Well, that's not a bad.
No, it's a
play.
great coaching play.
Yeah, that's not a bad play. Give up the 2 points now, and get your defense back out there on the field and see if they can't get you in a good field position. 2.5 minutes left in the half here. You know, you don't want to be going down 14-3 going into the locker room.
He looked like a 9-year-old in a great costume on Halloween night going into a rich neighborhood. He was ready to pillage and plunder and hopefully pick up the touchdown.
Yeah. And they're going to take the ball here on the 35 after the safety. They haven't thrown the 2 points up on the board yet, so I don't know. But it should say 9-3 and not 7-3.
First and 10, ball on the 35-yard line.
I'm not wrong on that, right? It should be okay, good.
I'm sure they'll fix it as they throw that over the far side. That one caught. Nice play by and then the Rams trying to strip the ball.
Pick up about 5 yards there.
Peyton Lake, though, with a nice reception.
Well, Peyton Lake and Tyron Duvall have great chemistry when their timing's on. And it's definitely been about a 70-30 tonight with timing on. He's catching more than he's missing. Beautiful catch. Turns around, strips a tackler there, and fights his way forward.
So Peyton Lake picks up 5, but then Duvall overthrew Jawad Harb, who had pulled out from the backfield. That'll bring up 3rd and about 5.
They're going to kick here for sure. The last thing you want is to turn the ball over here just near your end zone with only 2 minutes left of the half.
This is just a reminder that at the half,
They've only attempted 5 rushes so far here in the first half to Jawad Harb.
Yeah.
Lots of passing plays. As Yapin, a little pooch punt, but end over end, it continues to roll down to the 40-yard line. Gob, dang, driven out of bounds, and a nice tackle there by the Huskers, number 19, Dominic Dumais-Roberts, in his final home game.
Oh, Dumais-Roberts come flying in here. Great job to get the feet out from underneath him because he was going, and Dumais-Roberts was able to just clean him up. They get pretty good field position for the Rams here. You really don't want to give them too much momentum here at the half. You like to shut them down now.
The ball at the 52-yard line. Inside the Rams have. Norman looks over left on a screen pass, finds the target. Kai Ronsley, who's had a nice game. I think they're going to call a late hit out of bounds on the Huskers.
Well, no, I think they might call some interference because he ran into a Huskers player out of bounds. So I don't know that there was so much a hit that there was a player standing there holding a helmet, didn't get out of the way.
One of those accidental screens.
Yeah. That might be 15 yards for against the Huskers. Yeah, it is.
And the Rams were just penalized on a big one earlier, so usually the officials want to keep an eye out for the other side to see if any fractions.
Well, and here's the thing. If you're on the sideline like that, you got to get out of the way when the players are coming in hard. You can't stand there and be a wall that they run into.
That was the 3rd reception for Ronsley. Big hole opens up. Ellie, and then he's tackled by a pair of Huskers, but not before he picks up the first down and change. 5th run of the night for number 1, Reggie Ellie.
Yeah, shot through that hole quickly. Good job by the defenders to close up on him, but not before they get a first down.
Well, it's been a little while since the Rams were threatening down inside the Huskers zone. Huskers defense with a 3-man front. Look to combat that as Hunter Norman swings the receiver back the other way. Chase Scrivener, number 81. The referee will blow the whistle, though, and we may have a timeout.
Yeah, it looks like we do.
Now Scrivener's coming off, and now they'll bring on Isaiah Edwards, number 9. Edwards, one of those receivers, much like Luke Rodriguez, loves to catch things over the middle of the park.
Yeah.
Not afraid of the contact.
Well, they want to make sure they got the right people out here. They got a minute 21 left. It's first down, and they would love to put some more points on the board here, even if it is just a field goal. I don't think that our scoreboard on here is right. It's 9-3 because they got the safety. The scoreboard here in the stadium, it says 7-3, so that's got to be adjusted at some point.
In a few minutes, I'm sure at halftime, they will make the necessary adjustments. So those of you watching on BCFC TV or on TELUS 1981, be thankful you've got the correct score right in front of you. Rams go to work inside Huskers territory. Hand off to big Reggie Ellie, plowing ahead, still on his feet, and he's getting a little help from the offensive line before he's dropped down in a rugby scrum all the way down to about the 15-yard line.
Ball's run for a pickup of 5. Second down. Okay, Huskers fans, you know the drill. Help your defense. It's time to get loud.
Huskers defense looking to make another big stand here. Rams would love to punch it into the end zone. Hunter Norman in the gun. Reggie Ellie to his left. 3 receivers near side, 2 receivers far side. It's a 3-man front for the Huskers as the referee throws the orange flag.
Did they just take a timeout?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's an offside or a time count or a procedure. That flag came from way in the Huskers backfield.
And he threw it emphatically. He was making sure they saw it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Time clock.
Is that not recording it? The number?
No. Time clock violations will be on the quarterback. Yeah.
Did they just take a timeout?
They did. That's the thing.
So remember, Hunter Norman thrown into this game midway through the first half after an injury to Plana Hooper. Norman now rolls to his right. Huskers break pressure. They'll throw it over the middle, and that one is stopped, and he couldn't get much on it as he tried to get to Edwards because he was hit as soon as he released it.
Tyson George Kelly came flying in there over top of the receiver. And here he goes. Norman gets hit as he's released the ball. Ball's coming in, and Tyson George Kelly comes over his shoulder, gets his hand in there, and picks that pocket. And right here we got like 41.4 seconds.
So we have seen Huskers will take over with the ball at the 15-yard line. This will probably be the final drive of this first quarter. Wide open man, Stephen Koniak. He's picked it up at the 50. He's dropped down inside Rams territory, and a huge pitch and catch from Duvall to Koniak.
Well, and a shoestring tackle there too, because he was going. He hit him with a head of steam, and Koniak was thinking end zone on this one. Beautiful pass, beautiful catch, great defensive play to stop him from scoring.
When Duvall's on his game, those passes have purpose. They are zipped right in there where no one else is going to get it.
Yeah, number 27, Silas Marchand, was able to take him down. Otherwise, Koniak was gone. Off to the races. Beautiful throw by Duvall.
So the ball was at the 15-yard line, so you can give that 42 yards on that reception. Probably about 15 yards after the catch. Well thrown ball as the Huskers a little breathing room with 39 seconds to go. Rams want to prevent the Huskers from reaching the end zone again here to end the first half. Duvall with Harb to his left. 4 receivers to the far side. He's going over the middle instead. Referee looking at the play, elected not to call the penalty. Colby Johnson thought he had a case.
Colby Johnson gets up slowly there. And I mean, this is a beautiful throw here. And Colby Johnson just can't get turned around to even get near the ball because number 21's on top of him.
That's Taryn Birdie.
Darren Birdie's a phenomenal football player, phenomenal defensive back right there, but a little bit too much touching.
Duvall to his right throws that over the head of the receiver, and that'll bring up third down for the Valley Huskers, and I think a little out of the range of Gabriel Yapin, as good as the young man has been this year.
Oh yeah, he's kicking from the 53, the Rams 53, so he's going to try and pin him down there. 29 seconds left in the half. Yeah, you want to just make sure you get out of here. They made sure there was no damage, so it's perfect.
The biggest thing you got to do, get someone on Dang before he gets his motor running.
Yeah.
Yapin high kick. He's going to make Dang go back to get it. Trying to dance his way around the sidelines, but good defensive coverage by the Valley Huskers, led by number 44, Aiden Saunders.
Well, and you got Tyson George Kelly over there too. He picks up a block, but he works the block over to the edge to not give him much room, and then Aiden Saunders is able to come over and just run him out of bounds.
So the ball at the 27-yard line. Rams with Hunter Norman takes the snap, give to Ellie, bobbles it a bit, and then drop down.
Well, that little half-second stutter step there allowed Andy Oposuheni to get back there and tackle him for probably a loss of about 2 or 3 yards here. Oh, no, right on the line of scrimmage. Right on the line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 10.
9 carries now for Reggie Ellie, despite coming in late to the football game, partway through the second quarter. They have leaned on him heavily since he's come in. Huskers with 10 seconds to go here in the half. Don't want to give up the big play.
We got the ref looking up top here.
As they have adjusted the scoreboard, Matt, and it's now 9-3. And you gotta love an interactive ref. Little conversation with the fans. Although he may not be enjoying the conversation from the looks of it.
His mic's not working. He has a mic that he should be able to press the button and we can hear what he has to say over the stadium, but it's obviously not working because he was trying to press the button there.
Well, that newfangled technology, and I'm not the world's best lip reader, unfortunately, either, so we're going by the hand signals. The other referees had a little bit of a chuckle at number 33 on the side.
They said he had guys scurrying up the stands here with a message, so hopefully...
maybe watch the content of your conversation and cheering from the stands.
12.8 seconds on the clock. So they adjusted the clock by 0.2 seconds.
All right, so when all is said and done, Rams...
Oh, no, they changed it to 17 seconds.
All right.
There we go. So I guess the clock should have stopped.
It's like Benjamin Button. The clock is going in reverse. Hunter Norman with the handoff. There is a flag as the run was
not
going
enough
with
for a
Ellie.
first down. Not enough for a first down, but there's a flag and a hold. So they're showing holding here. So now it's going to be 2nd and a whole bunch.
I think for both teams, they just both want to get to the locker rooms right now. Unless something magical happens with the run, I can't see the Rams putting it in the air, risking an interception. And I can't see the Huskers loading everything up and allowing for a big play this late in the half.
No, not at all. Not at all. They want to get to the locker rooms. It's been a great defensive battle. I mean, there's been opportunities on both sides of the ball. And I think they're just going to let it tick down here, or maybe they are going to kick.
So this is also almost a reverse of the game in Langley 4 games ago, where it was Duval who went out with the injury, and the backup came in that game.
Yeah.
And it was the Rams leading by, I think, about 3 or 4 points.
Just taking a knee there. Smart move. They had to run the play, take the knee, and take us on over to halftime.
So after 30 minutes, it is your Valley Huskers on a touchdown. Luke Rodriguez to Dag Mora. That one went for 68 yards. And then the 2-point safety. As for the Rams, they do have a 25-yard field goal, and that counts for their scoring so far. We'll take a short break. I'm Warren Andrews, along with Matt Macri, Teo and the gang here for the Win Media as your Valley Huskers lead 9-3. We'll be back before the beginning of the third quarter.
mascots, Laura Folsom and Lynette, Ashley and Mike Hayes, Romina, Crystal and Hugh Jones, Christina and Reinfeld, Anthony Baylor, Rhea and Darius Kelly, Lori Cousins, and Natasha Dunby. Once again, Huskers, make some noise for your Bullet families! And now coming on to the field are some players to give a token of our appreciation to our families. One more time, make some noise for your good families! Battle Huskers!
Yeah, because he threw it on the end zone of the flat now somewhere in here.
You ready?
I used to break times like this, to run like this, so I had to run like that, shine like this, the man of time I spent, like the
And we are set for the third quarter to get underway. Your Huskers leading 9-3. Couple of quick stats that we have. Duval 10 for 22 with the interception. Luke Rodriguez 1 for 1 with 68-yard touchdown. Peyton Lake leads all receivers with 5 catches. On the other side, Alex Ronsley has 3 receptions. Norman, since coming in, is 2 for 5. And it's the Rams who will get the ball first.
Heck of a kick by Apien there. Heck of a kick. Number 35 for the Rams. Rice Stewart brings it back to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to mark at the 28.
28. No, 23. 23.
23. Oh, it's going back 5.
Yeah. Here he is here. He just hits that hole in the middle, and the big bodies, bring him down about the 23-yard line.
That's been tough sledding for not just the offenses, but special teams, too. Norman now checks over to the right and then throws it over the middle to Edwards, complete.
Well, big pickup there of about 14, 15 yards for the Rams here. Beautiful throw by Norman here. He just looks off his receiver and then comes back to him, and he picks up about 4 yards after the catch.
16 yards on the reception for Edwards, his second reception of the day. Is Norman give now to Ellie, looks one way, jukes around the other, and then runs into a wall of green. He'll pick up a hard 2 yards on that play.
Yeah, not even. About a yard and a half on that one. Ellie ran hard for not very much gain, but here he goes. He hits the steps to the outside, and then he's wrapped up right away by the defender.
That's the 8th carry for Reggie Ellie since coming into the game. Has been very well utilized, as it was all Jaden Sack early on in the game. Norman steps back, throws it over the middle. Edwards catch. Brought down at the 51-yard line, and a quick play from the veteran quarterback to the veteran receiver.
Well, here you go. I mean, they were a lot of handoffs when Norman came in replacement of Hooper here. But they've come out throwing in the second half, and he's looking pretty good at it.
On the 51-yard line.
Give again, Ellie full head of steam. Taken down after a gain, I'll say about 4 on that play.
Yeah, solid 4-yard pickup for Ellie. There he just comes running at the line hard here. Handoff, and he's got his blocking, pushing up the field there, trying his best to get forward.
Coming into the game, Norman was 6 of 13 this year for 82 yards and a touchdown.
Well, they've been run, throw, and I think you're going to see a throw here again. Steps back.
Throws that over to the right side. That one complete to number 17, Tedeschi. Not enough for the first down, though.
No, Tedeschi shortens it up a bit by about 2 yards short of the first down marker. And you see they're going to stick with it here. They're going to try and get these 2 yards.
Second reception of the night for Tedeschi. Norman give. Flags fly, though. Who jumped the gun first?
Well, that's going to be the question, because there's definitely offsides there. But I think the receivers, I think it was a slow snap again, and the receivers were off. But they're over talking to the Rams. So I'm thinking.
The way he's pointing, it's going against the Huskers.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, so
the Undertaker Siciliano raising his hand, saying what?
Yeah, so it's going to be an offside on the Huskers, and it's going to be a first down. A great defensive play there too to stop him. But yeah, there you see on the far side there, he was into the neutral zone before the ball was snapped. John Banal, and he was the one that made the play on the runner as well.
Rams go to work with the jet sweep around, looking to find the edge. Number 8, great run for him. First down and then some, as it's Gob Dang using those powerful legs to pick up some big yardage for the Rams and another first down.
Gob Dang does a great job here, just running hard to the outside edge. He just turns on the jets. He's not trying to turn upfield. He's trying to foot race them to the outside. Then he gets going up the sideline before he's finally taken out of bounds.
Playbook's been like a Hallmark movie. You know what's coming. You just can't stop it.
100%. And here's Ellie again.
Steps around one tackle and then lunges ahead, and once again the Rams down inside the 5-yard territory of the Huskers.
Well, the Rams have put a great drive together here. They've done nothing but move forward, and then you see the defender gets through and gets his hands on him, but just can't bring him down. And he's able to get far enough up the field. Second and about a yard.
Three-man front. Handoff again, Ellie. He's driven back. And almost given the accordion treatment as they tried to fold him up.
Yeah. I think he got back to the line of scrimmage. They're not moving the down marker at all.
Balls run for more gain. Third down, Huskers. Let's get loud.
So here they stop him nicely here, fold him over. But they're going to go for it. I mean, they only need a yard to get a first down, and they're on the 6-yard line.
Norman with the handoff again at Ellie. Plows into a wall of green. He's driven back. The Huskers defense once again makes their stand like General Custer.
Well, you're one of the defensive linemen's down. He was at the bottom of that pile. Actually, I think it might be number 7, John Banal, the linebacker. And he's waving people away here, but he got rocked pretty good in that pile.
Oh.
He threw his body in there hard.
And Reggie Ellie just came in like a bowling ball, or like Miley Cyrus said, a wrecking ball.
A wrecking ball. Holy smokes.
Like there was...
Here we go. Let's watch this here, because Reggie Ellie comes in here, and if someone lays a shoulder or hits him there, Ofo Suheni hits him and bounces off of him, but it slows him up enough for the rest of the O-line to work their way through. And Banal's at the bottom. His helmet comes off. He looked pretty rough, but he got up and walked off on his own. That guy's tough as nails.
Rams showing pressure now, and now they'll bring the house. Duvall scampers away, throws it away, avoids the contact.
Well, and avoids the sack too. I mean, he's deep in his end zone there, so he wanted to get to the outside. The D-line and the linebackers collapsed hard and really put a lot of pressure on him. Couldn't hand it off to Harb. Harb had nowhere to go.
Harb has only rushed the ball 5 times so far today. That's a tip of the hat to the defensive line of the Langley Rams. Duvall steps back, feels the pressure, throws it over the middle. That is man, and spinning around, I think it was Peyton Lake, and couldn't quite haul that in.
No, so they're going to kick here because they're in their own end zone. They couldn't get anything going there, so they're going to kick the ball. And this plays into the hands of the Rams here, because they're going to keep the ball in the Huskers' end of the field. And there he goes. He throws the ball, and Peyton Lake just can't bring it in. Defender all over him.
And I just saw Sean Cullen, number 0 for the Rams, talking to Gob Dang. I think he wants them to try to take it to the house here, as they are awfully close. But much like the respect they had for Luke Rodriguez on one end, they'll do the same here and take the 2 points against.
Give up the 2 points to move the ball down to the 35-yard line. You're punting from there. Punts are going about 25, 30 yards. The ball's still going to be in your end zone. Smart play to give up those 2 points and move the ball way down to the 35. Give your defense a chance to get a turnover here.
Yeah, these defenses, they'll give you the occasional middle-of-the-road play other than the first play of the game. Other than that, you're lucky to pick up 4 or 5 yards at a time.
Well, both teams have marched down to the 5-yard line a couple of times tonight and come away frustrated because the defenses are making huge stands when they need to.
That's the feelings of a playoff game. Does this match up between these rivals? Give to Elliott. He's taken down in the backfield for a loss.
Well, number 8, Nicholas Calder-Johnson, was right there waiting for him. He comes flying in there, breaks down nicely, gets Ellie wrapped up, and then you got Adi Ofo-Suheni coming over the top.
Ball is run for a loss of 3. Second down and 13.
So it was at 35, dropped for 3 yards, was Ellie on that play. 9 minutes to go, 9-5 lead Huskers. Norman looks back, checks one way, gets rid of it quick, and then a sandwich in the middle, and the receiver is down in some discomfort.
Oh yeah, he's got hurt. He got hurt on that one there. And he didn't hold on to the ball either.
Well-timed hit by the Huskers linebackers.
Yeah.
Right over the middle. And Hunter had to be quick, because Hunter Norman, because as he was throwing it, there was, I think, Siciliano breathing down his neck.
Yeah. And you don't like seeing this at all. The young guy down on the field. It looked like He's writhing in pain down there. He got crunched really good.
Yeah, I was going to hit one side and then right away the other hit came in. Bit of whiplash maybe thrown in, and now the helmet's off, and we hope the young man is okay.
Got the good old high-low.
And both teams will take a knee. So we mentioned to Matt off the air, a good game happening down in Kelowna. It was 10-10 at the half between the Sun and the Rebels, and that one has a lot of implications on the two teams playing here because the Rebels sit at 5-2, 2 points up on the Huskers as we speak. Rams are 6-2 coming into this game, so Rebels and Huskers do have a game in hand on the Sun and the Rams. And they're going to take a little extra care here to make sure the young man is okay. Huskers with just 2 games left after this one, both of them on the road. They'll head next week to the Apple Bowl to take on the Okanagan Sun. And then they'll finish their season, the regular season portion at least, in Nanaimo against the Vancouver Island Raiders. Huskers, I believe, have clinched a playoff spot now. Oh yeah, they're going to take some time here, and they need to make sure that the young man is okay. And we didn't get a number, unfortunately. There's a mom or dad watching to see which receiver it was. Good news is they are getting him up.
Yeah. 17.
And Nicole Tedeschi. One of the top receivers for the Langley Rams. After 2 catches tonight, 21 receptions on the year. Well, 300 yards, so having a heck of a season.
I guess he did hold on to it there too, because here we go. Here's the pass. He checks down, comes across. There's nothing there. Sees Tedeschi, gives it to him. And as he's going down, the 2 bodies, one on either side, sandwiched him.
That looked like his midsection, unfortunately, that took the worst of it.
Yeah. And he was going down at the time, so.
So Rams set to punt. Great punt there. That one will head down to the 35-yard line.
Rodriguez had a little bit of trouble getting going there. His own teammate was in his way, ready to block for him, but just he couldn't get around him and get going.
Linebacker Aaron Linden, the man that wrapped him up by himself, and Rodriguez will adjust the helmet and get set for this offensive drive.
He had to fix his hair.
The ball will be placed at the 42-yard line inside Huskers territory.
Nice kick there. Rodriguez runs it back. Kind of stumbles over his own defender trying to get around and get a path up the field.
Hand off to Jawad Harp. Finds a nice hole. Scampers ahead for a gain of 6.
Yeah, this is exactly what Harp does. Finds that little seam and he exploits it. Gets about 5 yards on the play.
I mean, the good news is now, maybe you kind of saved Harp a bit. They did this in a previous game, too. Didn't use him a lot early on. As the defense tired, they got him more involved. Holes opened up a bit more, and Harp picked up some big yardage then. Rams will show some pressure now. 4-man front. Play action from Duvall. Rolls out. Scott the man. Scott the reception. That one will be enough for a first down.
But it's Peyton Lake one more time on the catch there. And this is when Peyton Lake and Tyron Duvall are firing on all cylinders just like tonight. Gets her out of the outside edge. Peyton Lake takes it, puts it where only Peyton Lake's going to get that ball. Great throw, great catch.
Game high 6th reception for Peyton Lake tonight.
Oh,
Get right up the middle, and there is no give at all.
You got to give it to this Langley Rams defensive line linebacking crew. Their front 7 there are just collapsing on the line as soon as that ball's handed off. There's no hesitation whatsoever, and they're not giving Harb any room to run out there.
Well, you look at the top 4 teams in this conference, they're all built for the playoffs, are these defenses. For each team, Duvall steps back, feels the pressure, looking for a block, goes down quick, head first. Not enough for a first down, and I hope he was watching the video of Tua Tagovailoa.
Oh, yeah.
Making sure, don't go head first too often.
No, but he steps forward here, and he's trying to get the first down, but he's still about 6 yards short, dives underneath everything. Smart play there, and they're going to kick here, which I think is a great idea, because if they can pin the Rams back down at that end of the field and get a turnover with decent field position.
This third quarter rolling along, 6.5 minutes to go. Huskers still up by 4, leading 9-5. I want to sing the Dolly Parton song, but I won't. As the ball is kicked to Gob Dang, deep in his own zone, working around the left side, looks for an edge, dragged down, flag flies, ball loosed.
I think.
Is that a face mask though, or something that's going to make it come back?
The Rams got the ball there.
Oh, they're calling.
Oh, they're saying the Huskers got the ball. They're saying Huskers got the ball. I just saw the ref point that direction. So this could be very beneficial to the Huskers. Rams coaches are pointing Rams' way, but the one ref pointed the other way, and
I need to get my binoculars out and see what the referee is going to use for hand signals.
they're going to get together and discuss it.
Now, I know he was given a working mic, but unfortunately, some technical difficulties not allowing us to hear.
There we go. Here comes Dang out this back there.
And it was recovered by the Huskers. A huge break for the Valley Huskers.
Yeah, they're waving off the penalty, the holding penalty, because the Huskers got the ball back. And this is a big break for the Huskers. They're getting it on the 25-yard line. Yeah, 25-yard line of the Langley Rams. And they're going to look to put some points on the board here. This is a huge, with the way these defenses are playing, getting points here now is huge.
So the Huskers will line up 3 receivers near side, 2 receivers far side. Jawad Harb to the left of Tyron Duvall, who is in the pistol. Rams will show 3 up front. Duvall quick with pressure coming, throws it over the middle, had the man, but he kicked a nice field goal as it went right through the uprights. It'll be second down.
Well, Duvall knows he's got to get rid of this ball fast. That defensive line's coming in there hard, and he puts it up and over. If any of the Huskers players got free, they may have had a chance on it, but nobody else did.
It's 8:47 and the beer gardens do close at 9.
I don't mind that call, though, because you put it in the minds of the Rams defense that you're going for. You're not just looking for the first down here. However, it does bring up 2nd and 10. Duvall sends that wide, overthrows the target. Once again, credit to the Rams' defensive front, breathing down the neck of the veteran Huskers quarterback.
Well, they brought in Halsey to be the blocker, but they're getting to the outside there, and Tyron Duvall's just getting rid of that ball when he needs to, but the receivers aren't ready for it yet.
Got to quickly mention Duvall was 20 completed passes last week, 368 yards and 4 touchdowns.
He's had 2 huge games like that this year, hasn't he? 2 or 3?
Well, the first game of the year where Koniak had, 3 or 4 touchdowns.
That was crazy.
Those two have had a great chemistry, both them playing in their last regular season home game as the field goal is up and the field goal is wide. Flag flies and maybe some extra yards tacked on here.
Well, I think it's going to go back. I think it was an illegal block, and that ball is going to go back, and now there's a bit of pushing and shoving going on after the fact. don't want to add any more flags to this pile. You just walk away.
We think how tight it is. It's probably been very hard for these players who play with such emotion to keep their emotions in check in such a tight game.
Well, and the proximity of these two teams, I mean, they're just down the freeway from each other. A lot of the players know each other, played with each other over the years, and they're going to fight for each other. And now they're going half the distance back to the goal line from where they stopped too because of the penalty.
So the Rams avoid getting any points on the board, but they will have to start from their own 3-yard line.
Wow.
Last time they had to start from deep, though, they had a couple of impressive catches to get themselves out past the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
Norman does have some very good receivers to lean on. Jones and Edwards, Dang.
Yep.
Huskers, though, have some exceptional defensive backs to counter that, and one name we barely have called is Raiden Mastigan because they just don't go to his side.
Well, and he's been on Tyrell Jones, Terrell Jones, all day too, which has kind of eliminated him from the game.
Norman will set up deep in his own zone. There's the give. Ellie trying to round the corner, but he is taken down.
I think he might have got a yard on that one. I think he might have maybe got a yard on that one. Nope, they're not even moving the marker at all. So Ellie going to the outside, and there he is, wrapped up and taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
This might be one of the best defensive lines the Huskers have had in many, many years, if not ever.
Well, that's number 52, John Rabbit, who made that stop there, and beautiful job to get off the ball and over there to make that stop.
Give again to Ellie, driving right up the middle. Keeps those legs churning and taken down. This angle is hard to see. It looks like he's 2 or 3 yards short of the first down, though.
Yeah, he is. He's going to be about three and a half yards short there.
Are they going to bring out the punting unit?
You kind of have to at this point. I mean, you're not far enough back to take the safety either. You're kind of in that no man's land where you see Luke Rodriguez catching that ball around the 40-45 yard line.
If Rodriguez can do something special, this place will absolutely go bananas.
Yeah, unbelievable.
He is well loved here at Exhibition Field in Chilliwack.
5 years of just phenomenal football. They step back. Yep, give up that safety for the second time. It's a smart play. You can't knock it. I might want to see that guy kick the ball, but the smart play is, you give up those 2 points. I mean, they're only down by 6, the Rams. That's a touchdown, right? They get a touchdown and a convert, and they're up by 1. So you got to play smart.
3:49 left in this third quarter of this chess match with high impact collisions. So Huskers will get the ball back at their own 35-yard line. Jawad Harb has been very silent tonight because of the lack of ball being handed off to him, and that's credit to the Langley Rams. Play action, Luke Rodriguez now flips around right up the middle. Luke Rodriguez, a first down all the way inside the 50 of the Rams.
Well, he's so shifty here, and he comes around and he's got a head of steam like he's going to the outside, and then all of a sudden he just plants his foot and turns upfield. And they're lucky they got him here. The fake handoff, give it to Rodriguez, and he sees the opening. He's like, I'm out of here. Turns upfield, and look at the speed that he has. Great tackle by number 23, and I think number 5.
Now they go to Jawad Harb. Tried to power ahead, and there were 4 white jerseys in there, making sure he wasn't going to get too far in his journey.
Got a yard. Harb got a yard on this one. Hits the hole hard. There's a lot of white jersey. They just keep driving him back. I mean, at that point, it's forward momentum. Picks up a yard on the play.
Payne Lake has been the go-to receiver for the Huskers. He's over on the left side, right in the middle of that 3-receiver set. Duvall steps up, throws it. Scott is man on. It bounces in and out of the hands of Peyton Lake.
Peyton Lake had to go down for that one. He kind of jammed and bumped a bit, and it got him in the face instead of the hands. And here you go. We're going to punt one more time, try and pin him down there deep in the shadow of their upright.
For football purists, this has been a great game because it's been such a battle of field position. Wearing your opponent down.
Some great offensive plays, but at the same time,
and Yapin with a hard kick, and Dang had it. It skips away, and who's got it? Who's got it?
I think that's Tyson Kelly, or George Kelly. It hit his hand, so it's a live ball, and that's a touchdown for the Huskers. That's going to be
they're marking it just outside.
Just outside. Okay, let's see this on the replay here.
What a great kick. What a great kick.
I like how he's got it low here, bit of a line drive, bounces it in front of him, takes a weird bounce, he goes up for it and volleyballs it forward, and it bounces back, doesn't get to it. Tyson George Kelly, he goes down with it, he can't get back up, so it's going to be on the 1 yard line there, 2 yard line at the most.
What a play for Tyson George Kelly.
Oh my God.
Lots of flags.
Lots of flags, but here's the thing is, was that Duvall that ran that in there? Because he drops the ball and then picks it back up. Everybody kind of falls and he picks it back up and runs in. I don't think it was Duvall though. I think they brought somebody in to try and force the issue. Yeah, 25. So he loses the snap in his feet. Everybody goes on the ground and then there's room for him to go in.
Massey guys, touchdown.
Massey. Mason Massey.
Huskers, Mason Massey.
Mason Massey pulls it through, gets in there to the end zone, and scores a touchdown. Huge play for Mason Massey.
That's his first of the year.
Oh, that's his first touchdown of the year.
Yeah, he had some great numbers coming in, but hadn't found the promised land.
Now there he is, 26 runs, 151 yards.
161 yards.
61 yards.
Don't shortchange the man.
Well, you got that light there. It's so bright up here now. I got to wear shades.
Two-time state champion in Oklahoma, and now first touchdown in the BCFC for Mason Massey, who, by the way, if you're on Instagram, check out the athletic trainer for the Huskers. He does lots of great Donald Trump impressions. It's spot on. It's hysterical. I have a feeling one of those impressions might talk about a touchdown after that play.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's unbelievable. That kick, everything that happened there just kind of happened perfectly for the Huskers.
And the Huskers are doing to the Rams what the Rams have done to so many teams this year in the BCFC. Kept it low scoring, kept them frustrated, and then capitalized on some very costly errors.
Well, we can't be celebrating too early. We've seen it a couple of times this year, the comeback in the fourth quarter, right? So
Rams, though, in their last two possessions, have fumbled. It was recovered at the 25-yard line, and then off of that punt, not a fumble, but he tipped it, and it was recovered by the Huskers. Scooped up by the Rams, charging ahead. Nice recovery there as he...
Another good run back for, that's number 23. That's a new number. We haven't seen that one guy yet.
That's I was going to say the Huskers one. No, that's
Keyshawn Beswick. Yeah. Good job by Beswick here. Gets turned upfield, finds a couple of seams, steps around one guy, goes airborne to pick up a few more yards.
Yeah, that's Beswick had the interception earlier in the game, so he's had a good game so far.
You got to give it to both sides of the ball here, the Rams and the Huskers. They're throwing their bodies into this game. They are giving everything out there, and they're not giving a dang about the consequences.
Minute 40 to go here in the third quarter. Norman steps back. Huskers bringing pressure. Pass right over the middle. Kai Ronsley will pick up a big first down for the Langley Rams.
Well, and Norman sees Ronsley going into that vacated zone. And you see him, he's looking, and then he sees it, and he's like, perfect, and just puts it where he's going to be, and Ronsley does a great job of bringing it in. Doesn't get upfield at all, more positive yak, but
4 receptions for Ronsley. Norman looks over to the left, and that one caught, and was that Ronsley again?
nope, that's Terrell. That's Terrell Jones. He does a beautiful job of shortening up the play here. He just kind of cuts back, and the defender, Mason, Braden Maston, has to come back on him.
Second down and 2.
Ball at the 50-yard line, or pardon me, the 52-yard line is that pass by Norman, looking for Ronsley, and almost intercepted by the Huskers.
Wow.
He went for the screen pass out over to the right side.
They're going to be third down here, so you can see the punt unit come out. A little swing pass here, and it just wasn't there. And the guy trying to block Junior Manaka there had a rough go of that, that's for sure. Junior was just trying to get by him. It wasn't even slowing down and give him a consideration.
Well, as George Kittle said in that Netflix special about receivers, every Sunday I'm in multiple car accidents. That one fielded. Rodriguez sachets his way up to about the 35.
Well, he let it bounce, and it was a high bounce. He had to wait for it to come back to him. That allowed the defenders all get in the position there. Smart play here by the kicker to not kick to him, but shorten up that kick a bit. And then he was able to bring it in. Starting off on his 34-yard line.
20 seconds to go, maybe the final play of the third quarter. There's the give, plowing ahead. Jawad Harb.
Oh, good sportsmanship by number 13, Ethan Gino there. After making the tackle, helps Harb back up off the ground. But you see this D-line, the linebackers are coming flying in there, and they're just giving him absolutely zero room to work with. Actually, it was number 20 who made the tackle, Isaiah Cooper. He's had a brilliant game today.
Top tackler on the Langley Rams so far this year. 2 sacks against the West Shore Rebels last game. Duvall airs it out. He's got him. There's Kodiak making his way to the end zone. He won't be caught. It's a touchdown, Huskers!
Cognac is just going on this play here. I don't see how this isn't a design play, because Cognac is just running. And there you go with Tyron Duval and that precision ball. There he's in motion from the far side, coming across, straight down the field, and off he goes to the races. Beautiful catch.
Beautiful play all around. You give that quarterback of the Huskers any time to throw. He's got the arm that he can put a beautiful touch on it, and he did right there in stride for Koniak to the house. Huskers kick the point after attempt, and they lead all of a sudden 25-5. Was this game not 9-5 at one point?
It was just at the half there, wasn't it? And that's the thing, you coming back here, going into the fourth quarter with a 20-point lead. The Huskers got to play some great D here, because the Rams are going to come out firing. And I think the Rams are a bit, they had a game plan with Hooper and Sack. Both of them have gone out. We haven't seen them come back. They came out in the half, and they made some adjustments, had a good drive, couldn't capitalize on it. And now they're down 20 points going into the fourth quarter.
What a second half for your Valley Huskers, who lost earlier this year in Langley to the Rams. Rams were able to win the Cascade Cup for the first time in 3 tries. You knew that was in the back of the minds of the Huskers.
Yes. Yeah.
You can't get the trophy back, but you can get a little bit of payback. As this fourth quarter gets underway, another high kick by Yapin, fielded by Deng down at the 15 with a head of steam. Deng charging ahead, dropped down to the 40.
Great pickup by Deng here. Go up, Deng. He just flies forward with some good blocking. He's able to get a seam and get up to the 40-yard line. He gets it, what about the 10, 15-yard there, and then turns upfield. Beautiful job with the blocking there. and finally brought down.
Well, Rams broadcaster Justin Morissette and I were having a good laugh. The first time we called his name, we said it sounds like a very polite curse word. He's one heck of a player, is he not? Gob dang?
Gob dang. He's unbelievable.
Norman in the pistol. Ellie steps up to block. Right over the middle, tipped. And that one off the fingertips of number 81, Chase Shrivner.
Chase Shrivner coming across the middle there. You know you're going to get popped across the middle. Goes up for the ball, doesn't get it, and gets popped at the same time.
Heck of a game here in the fourth quarter. In Chilliwack, last regular season game at home for the Valley Huskers, who play their next two on the road. Rams have one game left. That one will be at home. Norman finds Shrivner, and a nice job. Shirks off 2 tackles.
Wow.
All the way up for a first down and an extra 2. First reception of the night for Shrivner.
Well, Shrivner here, he gets a nice catch here, but it's what he does afterwards. Steps around the first tackler, steps around the second tackler, and it's not until Jackson Saunders gets a hold of him he can drag him down.
Runs a bit like Colton Meikle of the Kamloops Broncos, that big frame.
Throwing bodies around out there.
Norman will check. Oh, and a beautiful timed hit by the Valley Huskers, Raiden Maston. If Siciliano's the Undertaker, I think Raiden Maston is the Punisher.
Yeah, well, Maston does a great job here. Timing on this is great because Terrell Jones is bringing that ball in. Great as Mason Hack hits him and just pops the ball loose.
Like, that was clinical.
That was
You're showing
great.
clinical video to young kids how you make a play defending. That's it right there.
Yeah, because he comes in with that the outside arm and pops it up to get that ball loose.
Now Norman will roll right, finds the target.
Yep.
That will be enough for a first down, another 12-yard gain.
Yeah, they're saying that they got that. Here we go. Norman rolls to the outside. Great rolling blocks going for him here to give him time to get that ball out there. And the receiver does a fabulous job. Is that 81
was that
again?
81 again? I think it was.
So, yeah.
Shrivner. So after the first pass didn't go his way, boy, he's come through big with a pair of receptions on this drive. 5th play of the drive for the Rams. Norman drops back, looks, doesn't like his first read, rolls out again to the right. Flag flies, going to be holding, I think, against the Langley Rams.
Well, you can only push up that D-line for so long, and this O-line in the second half here has really come along well with holding on the so that's going to be second and 20 or first and 20.
Big setback for the Rams, who trail by 20 points, so basically 3 scores. 12:50 to go here. Well, an offense that is capable of it. They're averaging over 32 points a game.
Yes, yeah.
But they don't play the Huskers defense
every game.
Every game either.
Yeah, and this defense has been doing great. And the D-line's just creating the pressure on there. Norman's getting time back there, but he took too much time that time, and they ended up having to tug on the jersey.
Hand off to Ellie right up the middle. Clock will continue to roll. He'll pick up a nice chunk of about 4 yards, maybe 5 on the play.
Well, John Banal makes a stop there. A beautiful job by John to make sure that Ellie's not going too far.
John Banal, who last year played for the College of Worcester in Ohio. Been a boon to the Huskers defense this season. In the linebacker position as Norman steps back, flings that over, looking for his target. Was it caught? Oh my goodness. Highlight reel catch by Terrell Jones.
Well, that's the thing is the Rams got to get Terrell Jones involved, and now they are. They're going back to him again here, and beautiful throw. Good coverage, just out of the reach of the defender, and Terrell Jones is able to bring that down. And he's getting that 99 times out of 100.
Yeah, he was leading the Rams in receptions coming into this game. I think they've only gone to him 2, maybe 3 times, though. He had.
Well, Raiden Maston's over there. They got Raiden Maston manning up on him. Whatever side he goes to, Maston's been going to. So that's good coverage right there. And you gotta put the ball up high, and hope Jones can go up and fight for it.
Yeah, with the 3rd reception for him tonight, that gives him 26 on the year. Having a heck of a season.
Yeah, he's quite the football player, that's for sure. Like I said, I've been watching him since he was young, and he's just a solid football player.
The referee's talking to Coach Bob Reist. Oh, to be a fly on the wall for that conversation.
Yeah.
So Huskers up by 20. It is the 4th quarter, not the 3rd. 11:24 remaining. Rams have yet to find the end zone. Huskers have found it 3 times. Also a pair of safeties tacked on. Defense and special teams have been absolutely magical for the Huskers once again tonight, and the offense have had some very big plays. Dagmar on the long reception, Stephen Koniak with the long reception.
Use laser pointers on the field. Once again, we are not allowed to use laser pointers when pointing.
So something new. It's much like that Seinfeld episode where they had the laser pointer on George, drove him nuts. Someone in the stands pointing a laser pointer onto the field. And the public address announcer reminding the fans to come out and cheer, but you don't need to add to the festivities on the field.
Yeah, I mean, that's just silly. It's a game here. This is a pretty fair competition. These guys have been going at it hard all night, and to try and do something like that to sabotage the game is just silly.
First down for the Rams at the 25, and Kai Ronsley slips around a tackle before being brought down, picked up maybe another yard or 2.
Well, the first defender, and I think it was Junior Manaka, came in there and gets his shoelaces there. No, 31, I think that's Aiden Harker. And it slowed him down enough that Andy Ofusuheni came over and just cleaned it up.
5 receptions tonight for Ronsley, 22 on the season, over 400 yards receiving for number 7 of the Rams. Norman steps back, looks, lots of time, floats that up, and in and out of the hands of the defender who was the closest one to the ball. Terrell Jones played defensive back in a hurry.
Yeah, he had to come back to guard that one because the ball's up here, and Raiden Maston's got the best shot of it, and he comes in there, and he does bring him down with an arm. Doesn't really tear at him everything, it just arm ends up across his face. Beautiful defensive play by Terrell Jones, who we know can play defensive back quite solidly too. But this has been a great battle, the two of them, him and Maston tonight.
Norman now checks one way. Flag is thrown by the referee.
That's going to be a procedure call. So that's going to go back 5 yards, still be 3rd down.
But the Rams, I think, are in 3-down territory now. I don't think punting, field position is going to make that much of a difference in the 4th quarter. 10 minutes to go. You need first downs. You need points.
You need to put points on the board, yeah.
Drive has lasted 8 plays so far. This penalty, though, will put a hamper in the celebrations.
Once again, fans, we would like to remind you that it is for the safety of players that we do not point laser pointers on the field. We do not use lasers on the field. This is for the safety of the players. Once again, both teams, thank you for this.
The referees want to talk to the executive of the Huskers. See if they can discover where that pointer's coming from.
Well, they're pointing at, people are turning and pointing up in the stands. Because you know what, folks, nobody wants this here.
Everyone's
Take
pointing.
your laser, go home. Because nobody wants this here. We're here to watch a football game. No. Now they're coming out into the stands, And I think it was the linesman on the far side that spotted it. And now people are getting up and leaving out of that area there.
See, when you come to a football game, especially at this level, you don't want to cause too much of a ruckus because there's a lot of alumni in the stands.
Yeah.
They're very large fellows that are more than happy to come over and help escort you out of the building.
Yeah, I think a couple of people have figured out that they're the ones that are the problem, and they're already helping themselves down the stands.
This ain't a pickleball game. They're making their way out of the building, and I think the fans are going to cheer in a moment.
Yeah.
Well, if nothing else, he got a little notoriety, and he gets his own chant as he about to make his way out of the building. This alumni night, or pardon me, not alumni night, billet night. Appreciate the billet families. From what I understand, this has been the largest amount of billet families in Husker history that they've taken on. It's been incredible. People that have opened their homes to these Huskers. 18 families. How many? 29. 29 players. 18 families. I've been doing this long enough to remember when the coaches would have to take in about 10 players just to have them play the season.
Yeah,
Massive amount of people in the house. But it's great to see how this community has embraced this team. And still a delay.
Well, the ref's back on the field. They figured out who it is. He's been encouraged to leave by a big group of fans over there.
And he's gone from maybe thinking he's playing a little bit of a funny prank to really annoying.
Yeah.
A real good crowd here.
And the game's back on. Let's get back to the field.
All right. From laser pointers to hopefully throwing some lasers. Norman looks back, chucks it over the middle, almost intercepted again.
He's given the ball up on about the 25-yard line to the Huskers. We had less than 10 minutes left in the game, and there you go. Beautiful defensive play.
Third time tonight, the Huskers defense has forced a turnover on downs. So,
oh wow,
what a defensive play by these Huskers. 3 turnovers on downs. Also an interception in there. They have been marvelous tonight.
It's been a roller coaster.
Huskers will plow ahead. Flag will come out again. And we say all that. Rams have had moments where they look really good. It's not like the Huskers are running them out of the building.
No, not at all. Not at all. They just haven't been able to finish. Oh, and it's going to go back the other way. We're going to get a 5-yard or
holding, maybe?
Holding, 10-yard penalty for holding.
That looked like right almost at the point of contact at the line of scrimmage, trying to open up a hole for Harb.
There they go.
Security's up here now, escorting somebody out of the stands.
Always an adventure. I remember the one Huskers-Rams game I missed, and there was a scuffle in the stands.
The police were here the whole 9 yards. It was crazy.
Passed out of the backfield. And Harb is taken out like a piñata.
Doesn't quite get back up to the original line of scrimmage. Picks up a few yards there before he's driven out of bounds. I think it's still going to be second and about 16.
Huskers want to take their time, though, as the clock is marching. 9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. They're up by 20. Ball deep in their territory. Big second down here, second and long. Thrown over the top, and Colby Johnson with those long limbs almost hauled that in. Had a pair of touchdowns in the win over the Kamloops Broncos last week, did young Johnson.
Well, and it looked like it bounced off his hand there. He had the defender beat. And the defender, I know, was lifting his shirt at him and talking John with him after the fact here. So you see, here's the snap, and Tyron sees that he's got his defender beat, gets the defender beat, but just can't get a second hand on that ball there. And then the defender started yapping.
Yapin kicks that again, another nice roller down to Bestwick. Scoops it up at the 52-yard line, looking for some room. He'll head out to the sidelines as he's taken out of bounds by Halsey.
And Halsey's very, very disciplined on that play there. He had him wrapped up, realized he's out of bounds, and let go. Didn't throw him to the ground, didn't throw him into the fence. Let go. Doesn't risk taking the penalty.
Well, I think these Huskers know the importance of this game. If you want to even have a sniff of hosting a playoff game, you need to win out. You've got 3 games left. 2 of them against very good opponents.
Yep. Okanagan just went ahead of West Shore, 17-10.
Norman has his pass deflected as he threw it.
And that's the defense for the Huskers here. They've been getting their hands on the balls. They've been getting in the running paths. They're just not making it easy for the Langley Rams tonight. And there's another one where it gets his hand up and knocks it down.
Well, Huskers want to make sure if this is the last time they're playing in front of these fans this year, it's a memorable game.
Yes, and that it has been, that's for sure. 3 safeties.
Norman steps back again, pressure from the Huskers, throws it right over the middle.
Lots of turnovers.
Batted down by the Huskers secondary.
Great defensive play. That's John Banal there, getting his hand on it and making sure that's not caught. And the Rams have no choice but to come back out here and punt again.
Well, you look at the players, get away from the defensive line who have been awesome, but then you get into that second layer. You got Banal, you got Maston, you got Ofusuheni all waiting for you.
Yep. Jackson Saunders, Junior Manaka. It's not easy. Tyson George Kelly. They do not make it easy, the Huskers defense, that's for sure.
So the Rams will punt for the first time in a while to Luke Rodriguez. Scoops it up right up the middle. Luke Rodriguez on his horse. He's not going to get caught by the punter. He's all the way to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Luke Rodriguez to the house. Touchdown, Huskers!
Unbelievable. We got a flag way back down here, though. That's unfortunate because that was a phenomenal run. And nobody needed to do anything back here.
You see Rodriguez hunched over and the fans now realizing, I think.
Yeah, there he gets the ball here and he takes off, and you don't see anything that needs to happen. Yeah.
Is that after the play?
Where's the ball going to be spotted? That's the question.
They've got all the way down to the end there to talk to the head ref.
It's looking like it's
I'm sad that took away a good touchdown call from me.
Yeah.
Selfishly.
Amen.
You love Rodriguez, the energy, the spirit the young man brings. We're big fans of him both, Matt, and to see him score
that was
a touchdown in his final regular season home game, exactly what you would think the Hollywood writers would do in the story of his life, and you wonder if it's going to get taken back here due to a penalty.
Well, they picked up the flag, and usually they leave that at the spot if it's a hold or an illegal block, and they've come all the way down here to discuss.
All right, let's see your lip reading skills, Matt.
touchdown.
It's a touch. It's going to be a touchdown. So I think there was a pair of them wrestling on the ground. They might both be getting like unnecessary roughness. So let's see it.
He hit the hole so fast.
Oh, there's a low block on the Rams. Penalties decline. It's a touchdown. There you go. Luke Rodriguez showing him how it's done one more time.
What a night for Rodriguez. He's thrown for a touchdown, and now he's returned a punt for one.
And I think they're going for 2 here for some reason.
If they're going for 2, they're making this game personal.
Well, no, because
Oh, but it could be points for and against overall.
exactly in the standings. So someone did say today that they had to win by 30. So they, I can see this. They're trying to put up the 30 points for the standings portion of the event.
Because right now it doesn't look like they're as close in the standings. The Rams are 6-2, Huskers 4-3. Huskers have the game in hand, though. Remember.
Yeah.
And so if the Huskers can win this game, which at the moment looks like will happen, they'll drop the Rams to 6-3, Huskers 5-3 with the game in hand. The only unfortunate thing is the game in hand will be in Kelowna
against Okanagan.
The Okanagan Sun, who at last time we checked is just slightly ahead at home over the West Shore Rebels.
Oh, now they're setting up for the kick here.
Well, I think, you know what? You still have time to score another touchdown.
So what was the final in the last Langley Huskers game?
I know the Huskers had 8 and the Rams had 25, I want to say, but I have to look back.
So they don't need 30. They're 17. They only need 17-ish then. So
I'm just going by the top of my mind. I'd have to look back on the internet to see the actual score. The one stat I didn't write on my sheet, sadly.
Yeah.
Well, I know the Huskers were held to 8 points in that game because it was one of 5 games that the Rams have held their opponent to 10 or less.
So they're coming back. They are going for 2. They're going for 2. Okay.
All right, here we go. Duval in the gun. Pressure from the Rams. Throws up. He's got the man open. He's got 2 points. 33-5 now in favor of the Huskers.
Well, I think the reason they do this is just in case of that tiebreaker at the end is points for point differential. This will take them over top of the Rams.
And how clouded could the playoff picture get? Because it might be the only time the Huskers are cheering for the Sun, because if the Rebels lose, they go to 5-4.
Yes.
The Huskers would vault ahead of them because they have the game in hand, even though the Rebels won the head-to-head game against the Huskers. So.
Yep. Wow.
Great finish to this BCFC season, though. The top 4 teams are, other than Okanagan, are really battling with each other, and the bottom 3 teams are scrapping for respectability, if you will. And they're all playing each other, which is kind of fun to see.
Yeah. Equal competition games.
Yeah, the Raiders have moved into 5th place by winning their 2nd game. Kodiaks are off this week. And the kick is fielded by Gob Dang. Fell into his receiver, and then
someone got shoved way hard over
more bodies jettisoned in. Oh my goodness.
Not bad field position for Gob Dang here. Gets up to about the 43-yard line of the Rams. They're going to start with the ball there.
This is the 2nd most points the Langley Rams have allowed this season.
Well, they heard you talking about the averages earlier. They wanted to break those averages, so now they've tripled it.
Yeah, I'm just looking back. So it was 27-8 that the Rams won that game.
Yeah.
Norman now will set back. Yeah, the most that the Rams have allowed is 41 points. That's to Okanagan. There's a handoff and great little run there by number 22. Jalen Duncan, and then is welcome to the BCFC moment at the end.
Yeah, holy smokes. Here he goes. He comes around the outside edge, and Andy Ofusuheni comes flying in there and just runs him over. Yeah. Wow.
You wonder if Ofusuheni has ever been a breakfast cook, because he sure likes making pancakes, doesn't he?
Oh, my goodness. Scrambled some eggs there, that's for sure. Oh, we got a penalty the way in the backfield. Objectionable conduct from the bench. Wow. That doesn't bode well.
So the Rams are seeing this game fall right off the rails.
That's, you know, they're going from 2nd and 2 to at least a 10-yard penalty here, so 2nd and 12.
After the penalty is 2nd and 12.
Yeah, they did start at the 43-yard line.
Well, you know, it's one of those situations where the wheels have come off the bus and it's just running downhill out of control here for the Rams.
There's a give this time, number 37, Thomas Wiggin. Fouls ahead.
And they're going to have to punt here again to get the ball out of their end.
Well, I think if you're the Rams at this point, you're like, let's not allow any more points and let's get out of this healthy.
Yes, yeah, and I think they're going to see a lot of that there. You're going to see some people getting some opportunities.
You would kind of hope on both sides, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Huskers have 3 games left in this season. There's a high kick. Huskers will field that. Although a few of these Huskers veterans in their final home game may want to be stubborn and tell the coaches, please leave me in.
Yeah, they had another flag down on the field there, so not sure what happened there. Here you got the fields the ball there, takes off running. Nothing really happening. But there's 2 flags on the field.
To wait and see if the refs both saw the same thing or 2 separate infractions. Refs were quiet in the first half. Very free-flowing game, very physical, but not a lot of penalties, and looks like they saved them up for Christmas here in the second half. We're unwrapping them.
You're getting some frustration boiling over here on the Langley side, and a little bit over enthusiasm on the Huskers side. And the last thing they want to do is start getting penalties and giving Langley the ball in prime field position, or knocking themselves out of prime field position.
They have to remember, these teams, there is a possibility they meet in the playoffs.
Yes, yeah. Getting to be stronger and stronger every minute here.
The only thing that has been decided, really, is that the Okanagan Sun are going to be first.
Yes.
They're 8-0. They're winning tonight at home. They win that, they've got it clinched. Nobody will catch them.
Yeah.
Langley Rams were the closest. They only had 2 losses coming into it.
Yeah, and then this will be their 3rd. So they'll be tied with the Huskers in losses, but they'll have 1 more win because of that extra game they've already got.
Absolutely. But West Shore, if they lose, will then move behind the Huskers because they played the same amount of games. The Huskers will have the extra win, I think.
Yes.
24-10.
They lost, it's 24-10 for the Okanagan Sun, we understand.
Yeah, and the problem you got here is these 2 teams are so evenly matched. You know, the Rams got the best of them one time. The Huskers' first bye week was the first week of the season. They had another bye week a couple weeks ago, and now they're going to play the season out. The Rams have a bye week coming up.
Yeah, next week is their bye week.
They got to get healthy week. And that's the thing that's going to be the difference here. So the Huskers' sake, they don't want to be embarrassing the Rams. They don't want to get the Rams all worked up about when they come back together in the playoffs that the Rams are out for blood. I mean, play the game, play hard, play clean, and now it's going backwards. So that was obviously against.
Well, the Rams
Huskers.
have that fantastic defense. I think the offense is going to hinge on, is Palena Hooper healthy? Is Bruce Jones healthy?
Yes, that's going to be massive. Massive.
Two big keys for them offensively because they've got the offensive weapons in terms of receivers. We've seen that tonight.
Yes.
No matter who's slinging the ball.
The receivers can catch, that's for sure. Terrell Jones has been quiet tonight, but he's made some phenomenal catches, and all their receivers has done a really good job.
Ronsley's been good. Here's a nice run here. Is that Grady Andrea?
No, that's Harb, isn't it?
Yep. Jawad Harb with a big run.
Jawad Harb
might have
found
sat
a
him.
seam. He found a seam there, came up and then cut to the outside. He's coming to his right and then cuts back to his left, gets everybody going one way. Nice block by Colby Johnson to get him a few more yards there. Beautiful run.
Biggest run of the night for Jawad Harb. Gets the ball up to the 48-yard line.
He seems to have one good big run like that a game, at least.
Now, you can contain him for so long, but he's eventually going to break free
He's
from
going
the
to snap
bubble.
one of those off, yeah.
5 minutes to go here in the football game. I think we can safely say that.
The Huskers are calling a timeout here. I think it's just because they're slow to get the play call in.
And some of these players are going to take a well-deserved water break.
That offense has spent a lot of time on the field here in the fourth quarter.
That's a good problem to have.
Yes. Yeah, and that's what I said. Like, we've seen it in the fourth quarter where a team just takes off. And that's what's happened here is they got the two scores there at the end of the third. They got the second of the two scores in the second half. And then in the fourth, they've been able to keep the Rams down and put more points on the board here, which is just fabulous.
Huskers have shown they are a second-half team.
Yeah.
28 points in the fourth quarter in Kamloops to come from behind to win there.
Yeah.
And then a big second half here against a very impressive Langley Rams defense. We're to spin around here. Luke Rodriguez.
Dagmora.
They're going to drag him back.
Dagmora.
Oh, Dagmora, pardon me.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I like that. He does a little flip there, but then he circles him, runs around him like he's a cone, and then takes off back up the field. And it's
like an agility test he was taking out on the field.
Short steps, short jabby steps there. That was a pretty good run by Dagmora. Picked up about 8 yards on that.
Dagmora probably has more impact in less touches than any other player on the Huskers. He had 19 receptions coming in, but 3 of them were for touchdowns. You can give him a 4th touchdown tonight on 20 receptions.
There you go, first down.
1 out of every 5 times Dagmora touches the ball, it's going into the end zone.
Well, 3 out of those 4 are from Luke Rodriguez, too.
I know.
That's just crazy.
The greatest third-string quarterback in BCFC history.
Yeah.
How much fun must they have had practicing that? Knowing they may get a chance to use it maybe once this year when they started doing it, and they've done it 3 times.
Twice in the same game.
I know.
Just crazy. But I was told that Luke Rodriguez in high school was a quarterback, not a coach, but a quarterback, and he actually has quite the good arm. But he's doing this on the run. He's getting that ball repositioned in his hand on a handoff, and then squaring up and firing down the field. And Dagmore is just getting open down there.
And what's amazing to me, Matt, is that all these teams have seen video of this.
Yes.
They know it could happen at any time. You see Dagmora Stritton down the sidelines, you'd think maybe keep one guy on him just in case.
But that's the thing, that Dag didn't. Dag broke down like he was going to block, and the defender stepped around him. The Dag just kept going. So, you know, he sells it so well.
It's a well-crafted play from a very good player for the Huskers. And this game is descended into
Halsey's getting sent off for a crack block here. He's it's going to be
the former Robert Bateman Wolf has played his last snap of the game with 3:23 left. Underrated player for the Huskers, Halsey.
Wow, that's a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25-yard penalty. And an ejection for Halsey.
So a bit of a nasty one.
Yeah, so we have 1st and 35.
So when you're up this much, do you nickel and dime it and just kind of go, we're going to punt away, or do you go for it? You try one more big play.
You know what? I try a couple big plays here, and just see if I can get the ball down the field. Eat up time is what you really want to do. Oh, it's going to be 2nd down, 2nd and 35. Wow, that hurts even more. So, yeah, you want to try and get the ball down the field. They've only got one play. Might as well send everybody running and dump it down the field and then punt it away.
And then I hope, just as a Huskers fan, that it's the last we see of Duvall tonight. That he's on the bench for the final plays. Keep him healthy. 2 more games coming up.
Yeah, you're hoping here that you get a 1st down and you can kill this game.
And the timing paddle looking for Johnson and battled with the defender. A good play there by number 21, Taryn Birdie. Stayed with him step for step.
Well, Taryn Birdie's a great defender here, and Colby Johnson's a great receiver, so there's been a huge battle going on over here all night. He just couldn't haul that one in. And now you're going to see the punt away, and hopefully they can get this game finished in the books and done without ever bringing Tyron Duvall back out.
Yeah. You want to see as many starters, especially that would take contact, like your running back and your quarterback, watching from the sidelines in the final 3 minutes. Let Noah McCreel come in, let Massey come in, or Andrea finish this game off. Fielded by number 23. That is Keyshawn Beswick.
Tackle by number 23, Joshua Tutt Escobar there as well, though 23-23.
Joshua Tutt Escobar.
Tutt Escobar, the first player I've ever called from Guatemala.
Yeah, no kidding, eh?
Been fantastic for the Huskers.
Great football player.
In the middle of the field.
1st down and 10.
So 2:47 left. The Rams are going to start in the Huskers territory, just about the, what do we got, about the 52? The Huskers 52.
Well, it's a chance for some players to show the coaching staff that if there is extra time to be earned, I deserve it. There's the handoff, plowing ahead.
Some bodies being tossed around out there.
Just looking for the number.
Ball run for a pickup of 3 seconds.
37, yeah, it looks like it was Wigan again.
Wigan.
He's had 2 or 3 carries tonight.
Yep. He's a solid runner, that's for sure.
To line up Terrell Jones and Gob Dang to the near side with the Langley Rams. Give again, though. And it will be just short of a 1st down, it looks like. Another run there by Wigan.
About 2 yards short of the 1st down, it looks like. And they're going to stay out there. I mean, it's a good call. They're in the Huskers, and they want to try and keep this going. There's 2 minutes left in the game. The clock's ticking away.
You know what? If you're going to lose, you want that good feeling. You want to hit the end zone to end the game. At least know.
Well, Hunter Norman's made some huge plays tonight, and here the defense steps up one more time. Wow. They've been really on fire. And I don't think Wiggins made it there. Which makes me wonder if Ellie ended up getting hurt, because he hasn't come back in for a while. So I don't know if he if something happened to him, or if they just erring on the side of caution.
Number 53, Robert Preda, the center. formerly of SFU, played his high school ball in New West, got up a little heated, but then things calmed down.
Well, frustration. I mean, for the Rams, they're a better team than they put up on the board tonight. Their defense has played solidly. Their offense has had flashes of brilliance. So there's going to be frustration there. And on the Huskers side, they're excited. They came out here with one job to do, and that's to stop the Rams and put points on the board, and they've done it.
So a minute 47 left.
You got Tyron Duvall's out there.
Got clipped from behind, kind of hobbling a bit, and if that's not a sign for the coaches, get that man to the sidelines.
You got Harpstill's out there too.
I understand the passion of these players. The pessimist in me, though, is
I know,
wanting them
safe
and
bubble
sound,
wrap.
marked safe from the Rams' defense.
Yeah, bubble wrap them.
And here we go, Harb, right up the middle, slices his way ahead. He didn't get the first down. He's got up to about.
He's going to be just short of the first down, maybe a yard and a bit.
Well, the clock should continue to tick here as soon as they reset the ball. And
Number 11, Harb.
nice run from Harb. Huskers will take some time in the huddle here. Try to keep this drive alive. See if we get a hard count by Tyron Duvall to draw them offside. No, they'll hand that off again. And here's a big run right up the middle again. And
beautiful run by Harb there. Straight up the middle. There was a monster alley for him to run through.
And once again, that's a big steal.
And this just taking time off the clock, ticking it away.
give these Rams defenders credits. They have battled all night long. They could easily mail it in these last 2 minutes, but they're still pushing hard up there with a three-man front. Huskers keep this drive alive, less than a minute to go. Give again, Jawad Harb right up the middle, plows his way ahead. He'll pick up 6. And more importantly, keeps the clock running here with 48 seconds to go.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You want to keep that clock ticking away. Now, personally, I like to see a pass to Luca Rodriguez here, so Rodriguez could run one or catch one for a touchdown as well. So he's thrown one for a touchdown. He's returned one for a touchdown. Let him catch one for a touchdown in possibly his last home game, where he has played phenomenally for 5 years on this field.
Another handoff again, and Harb. He had 2 tacklers to beat, and he was going for 6.
Yeah, Harb's getting his yardage now. He's just plowing it straight up the middle. I think the Rams might have pulled some of the starting defensive linemen because they're definitely not putting the same pressure on that they were in the first half of this game.
We still have number 0, Sean Cullen, out there, who's one of their leaders.
Yeah, excellent.
Now the victory formation, and one more play to go.
Well, it's only fitting. Luke Rodriguez opened the scoring, and he shut down the scoring today.
Heck of a game for the Valley Huskers, who answer the bell, win their 3rd straight game, improved to 5-3. 2 games left, both on the road in Kelowna next week, and then they'll wrap up the season in Nanaimo against the VI Raiders. Matt, we saw a lot of everything in this game, really.
Wow, yeah. It was unbelievable. Right from the beginning, they opened it with that trick play that no one was expecting. 3 safeties in the same game, all conceded safeties. Not that it was a big defensive safety, they're conceded safeties. Never see that too often. And then a couple of big plays by the Huskers to get through.
Well, The fantastic crew at For the Win Media, thank you for all the wonderful visuals you provided. Best seat in the house on your own couch if you can't make it out to the game. On BCFC TV and TELUS 1981 is Matt Macri on color. I'm Warren Anders on play-by-play. Thanks for tuning in as the Huskers win. Huskers win. Have a great weekend.